donuts.
Crispy Mr. Clean.
Crispy Mr. Clean donut.
Like freaking Mr. Clean is just doing has like a brand deal with like Krispy Kreme donuts, and it's just like.
Is it like a glazed donut?
Yeah, he just puts
like
glaze.
ball,
he just puts the glaze all over his head.
I like it. I'm down for that.
Yeah, he's Mr. Clean glazed man. But yeah, what is going on, everybody?
Howdy.
You may know what this is, you may not. And if you don't, if this is your first time here, welcome.
Hi.
Don't say anything stupid, you freaking idiots listening to this pot. No, crazy.
Yeah. What do we ever even say our names anymore?
I think at the end sometimes. But
sometimes,
yeah.
Because I feel like we'll introduce ourselves in a second. Just be patient.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most of the time when we do give names at the end, they're usually like some kind of joke name now associated with whatever we're talking about.
Dude, I think about that too. I'm always like, dang, we never really like say our names.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
For the longtime listeners, or just maybe tune in every once in a whileers who know who we are. You know who we are. You know which ones who. Yeah, the once in a whiler.
But if you don't know who we are, if this is your first time listening to this, if you went on Spotify and you're like, what the heck is this? Too High for TV? What? And you clicked on it. My name is Ryan.
My name is Daniel.
And yeah, we're Too High for TV. Where two guys get too high and talk about a little bit too much TV.
Just a little bit.
And you, as the listener, are the ones that come to the conclusions on whether we do talk too much about TV.
Yeah, 100%.
We're just here. We're just talking about it.
We're just doing it. Sometimes we think it's too much. Sometimes we think it's not enough.
I think it's the right amount.
Sometimes we think it's the right amount. Even the Spider-Man episode.
That one probably wasn't enough.
That one wasn't enough for sure.
Yeah, we could have gone way longer.
4 hours split into 2 episodes. Give me 6 hours split into 3 episodes.
We could have just done 4 hours on the rankings.
100%. Yeah,
for sure.
The length of the 2 episodes combined could have been like back half of the top 10 and then front half of the top 10.
I like that shit, dude.
That's what happens when you get 3 very excited Spider-Man nerds on a microphone at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good times.
Dude, if we got because my family from Arizona is here, and my cousin Larry also has a podcast.
Oh, cool.
Called Barbells and Churros.
Oh, okay.
Where they talk about CrossFit and they talk about Disney movies.
Oh, sick.
If you guys like that shit, definitely go tune in. But he's also a super big Marvel nerd and stuff like that.
Dude, awesome.
So like we were talking about that like last night. Like,
you should,
all drunk and fucked up.
If he's down, tell him to fucking come on the episode before he leaves.
He might. They might show up here later.
Okay.
Depends. I don't know. They're off doing their family things, So,
yeah.
But
dope.
Yeah, I was just telling him because he was like, "Oh, you guys talk about movies?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude." And I was just started talking about like, "Oh yeah, we talk about this, we talk about that, we talk about that." And he's like, "Oh wow!" And then I started telling him about like the few new segments that we have this week.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wow!" He's like, "I like those a lot. Those are good." And I was like,
"Good shit." Hey. That would be like our sound effects if we were video game fighting characters.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But freaking real quick before I forget, it was funny. I was talking to my cousin Larry last night, the one I was just telling you about, and I have like a very vivid memory of watching him putting on dodgeball for me in his room at his house, and I was a very young child.
Yeah,
and I was talking to him about it. I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been watching that.
Who gives a shit?
Who does give a shit, right?
But
I think in retrospect, like if I had a kid, I probably wouldn't want him watching dodgeball at like 7 years old.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but I want to say of all of the slightly raunchier comedies you could put on for a kid, if you had to for whatever weird reason, that one's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Stiller does freaking pump up his fucking.
That's
his
true.
crotch.
I forgot about that part. That part is kind of bad. Yeah. But
nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Nobody.
My favorite is still my cousin Isaac reminded me of this like recently. He made a joke about it. It's just like we were all walking into from grabbing some beers at the party we were at the ranch. And we all like single file walked in, like all sketch and whatever. And he's like, we should do the fucking Cobra thing from, what do you call it?
That shit's so funny. I want to know who came up with that. Like when they're on set and they're just like
Ben Stiller, right? That
I would love to believe that, right?
That's
but I
what
also want to
like.
give credit to like other people,
the rest of the team. For sure.
Because maybe he doesn't have all the ideas, and sometimes like maybe someone comes along and is like, "Hey, what if we do this?" Like it's kind of fucking douchey and it just works.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You know what?
Whoever wrote for like Ben Stiller's character the most, if it wasn't just the one writer of that movie I don't know who it was. But if it was like a writer's room, whoever wrote for that the most, I feel like that was him.
Yeah.
And I would like to also believe that like maybe that was an improvised thing. Like on set, they're like, what if we did this when we came in? But that's just too fucking good, and it works so well with his, like you said, douchey shit.
That's a fucking. We got to talk about that movie.
Yeah,
right?
Dodgeball's a good one.
Such a classic, dude.
We
Such
gotta-
a freaking classic.
Maybe we should do Dodgeball and bench warmers. Goofy sports comedy movies.
Yeah.
We'll do those two together.
Those are that's definitely a good one.
Cool.
That's a good combo right
Keep
there.
that on the radar.
But hell
We'll
yeah, man.
pencil it in.
How was it's Sunday here? How was your weekend? You know?
My weekend was good. I had, let's see what happened. Friday was chill. The last couple of days have been spent at work finally filming the movie that we're gonna make with all of the kids, which I'm pretty excited about.
Nice.
At the moment, it's called Takeoff.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, there's these three best friends. One of the freaking kids is two of the friends are super duper geniuses who figured out how to give yourself superpowers with chemicals in the schools, at the chemicals at school, right? Because it's a movie, whatever. So they fucking do it. It goes wrong. They accidentally give powers to like their other friend or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool." The one friend gets jealous, does it again, turns bad. They fight each other, and the movie's over.
Dang.
So it's super simple. But I'm excited because like we're maybe like 40% of the way through filming, and I'm editing as we go. But there's a bunch of things that the kids got very excited about putting in there that I just took on and was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to challenge myself. I've never gotten to take the reins on a movie before like this. I might as well like go for it on this first one. So one of the things is that like the other kid who gets the superpowers, like the good guy superhero, flies planes. And so I was like, fuck. Okay. It's like,
Wait, he does what?
Flies planes.
Okay.
He's in flight
planes.
lessons after school, which I was like, okay, these are like 10 and 11-year-olds, but you can start getting your pilot's license pretty early. So I was like, not super unbelievable.
Yeah.
The other one's giving themselves superpowers. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
So we basically, what we did is we set up a desk. We put the green screen behind him. We put this guy, that's why all the knobs were messed up, right in front. One of the kids totally surprised me. I was going to use a Nintendo Switch little holder where you put the Joy-Cons in for like the steering wheel of an airplane. I don't know what you call it.
The steering mechanism.
The steering mechanism. One of the kids, her dad had like the virtual game ones that you can get for your desktop, and hella brought that shit in.
Wow.
Didn't even know. So he came and it just looked like 1,000 times better. So it's like that thing, the little throttle, this guy. And then what we did is we put like two light stands behind and just took tape and put it up across as like the little like cover or whatever. And I'm just going to fucking put an image of like an airplane cockpit in the back after that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so like super simple, like, DIY, just get it done on the fly. One of the other kids brought like some toy planes in. Again, we're just gonna like shoot them across the green screen and just like put stuff in behind them. Yeah, exactly. Super simple, like superpower stuff. There's like time lapse things that like speed through a city or whatever on the program that I'm using to edit it. It's called WeVideo. So just have the kid run in front of the green screen like this, and then put it in behind, and they have super speed, right? Like super simple shit like that. So I'm excited. It's been fun. We're having a good time.
Nice, dude.
But yeah, I spent mostly all of today, this morning, trying to get a leg up editing on what we were doing on Friday, which that's when we filmed the plane stuff. So I have to get all that situated, which was a good time. I had fun. I got a little burnt out, so I had to take a break. Yesterday was a good time too. Me and Ev went out to dinner at this really good place.
Fancy.
Yeah, it was called Willard Hicks.
Wow.
In Morgan Hill. Yeah, I know. They made a really good steak though.
Nice.
It was delicious.
Did the Salt Bae come out?
Yeah,
and
of course.
Sprinkled the freaking.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah. Fucking. I'm a sucker for peppercorn sauce.
Okay.
On a steak. I to this day, if I remember correctly, the best one that I have had is at this French restaurant that I can't remember the name of in Monterey.
Oui Oui.
Oui Oui. It was called Oui Oui. Yes. But this one was close. This one was very close. It was pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. I was enjoying the fuck out of that steak. So yeah. So it was cool. Nice. It was chill. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a big steak guy. I've gone down the loops and rabbit holes of like the YouTube shorts and like all like the cooking people.
Oh, making a good steak and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It's
I
an
love just
art,
like
man.
sitting there and just being like, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
you can do that?
Or like when people
Ooh.
like dry age, look at that voice crack. But when people like dry age something,
Yeah.
like that shit's pretty interesting to me too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? It's just old?
Yeah.
Like, it's just old and it's supposed to taste better?
It ages with, or
Yeah.
what is it? It gets better with age or whatever. Same
Mhm.
as wine and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah.
Fuck it, man.
Yeah, some good shit. But how about yourself? How was your weekend?
It was good, man. What was it? Friday was... What did I do Friday?
Oh, didn't you guys have the company party?
Oh, yes. We had the company
Yeah.
party on Friday. That was pretty dope. The Ale House in Hollister.
Mhm.
It was nice. Before we got in there was a banda playing. Like, cause
I
there was, like, a
heard,
separate room.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were getting down, bro. Like,
Did they? How long did they stay for?
oh, they were only there till like the place was actually like...
Oh, okay.
close.
So,
So, like,
they were
once-
hired as like,
Yeah.
yeah,
For
the
like
regular
just
day's
for the regular
entertainment.
bar. Yeah.
That's still cool.
But
You
it
got
was
the tail
cool.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Evelyn wanted to dance. And I was like, dude, just go fucking dance.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't want to.
No.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like, you're
Sounds
sitting over
like-
here saying
sounds
you
like
want to
her.
fucking dance. I was
Yeah.
like, just go dance. But
Yeah.
it was cool. I was down with it. Punch Extracts put it on. That's why I have this fucking
Cool.
this hash hole pre-roll right here.
Very nice.
And yeah, they were awesome. We had a bunch of snacks. Like there's pizza. There was tater tots where you could put like nacho cheese and like
Whoa.
jalapenos and stuff.
Delicious.
There was churros there, and they had
Delicious.
like the chocolate drizzle and like the strawberry drizzle.
Damn,
and
fucking it up with the snacks.
there were s'mores there. I personally didn't have a s'more because the only chocolate there was like the edibles that they had.
Oh yeah.
and I
so
was
you get
like,
fucked up.
Yeah, I
huh?
was like, I don't want to like take 100 milligrams of edibles
Yeah.
like right now.
On a single s'more or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's the thought that counts,
Yeah.
right?
100%. Yeah.
They also had a dab bar, like inside the bar, which was
Cool.
pretty fucking dope. I took a dab. I got fucking
Liddy.
yeah. I'm like, my lungs like don't have a lot of capacity, you know.
Yeah,
so
sure,
like,
sure.
and with dabbing, like you very much need a large lung capacity. Like
Gotta,
you need
gotta
you
get it
need
all in. Yeah.
like, and I just can't do that. And yeah, I died. And I was talking to the dude, right? And he was like, "Oh, so what's your favorite strain, bro?" And I was like thinking, and he goes, "You better not say Blue Dream." And I was like, "No, actually, it's Mac." And he's like, "Oh,"
Huh?
he's like, "That's mine." And he freaking high five. He's like, "I'm gonna give you a fat dab." And I was like, I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
like,
if we're really homies now, you can give me a medium-sized dab.
yeah, you could just give me a small
Yeah.
one, like that's fine. But it was cool, man. Had a beer, had a couple shots there as
Nice.
well.
Very nice.
Got a bunch of free stuff, which was always awesome.
Always good. Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's always a great time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. And then yesterday I got booked up. It was a good time yesterday.
Woo!
It was so I have family here from Arizona,
Mhm.
and my godfather, his side of the family always does a family reunion,
Mhm.
and he's not my like he got married. He married into the family basically.
yeah,
so
yeah.
he's not like
He's the in-law fan.
yeah.
But I feel like I don't want to cut too much of your
No, go
story. I feel like the ones that are married into your family from like when you're a very little kid
Uh-huh.
or even before you're born, that's just your Theo.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't- you
That's
don't
true.
even think
Yeah.
about it.
No, yeah,
Like,
that's very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
But his side of the family that I'm not necessarily like related
yeah,
to,
yeah.
to,
Mhm.
or maybe I am. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. But
By law, you're related.
by law.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a family reunion every year,
Mhm.
and this year they had it like around here,
Mhm.
and so they had they always do like a bunch of shit, like they have like a talent show and shit like
Oh,
that. Like
cool.
they get down, bro.
That
Like
sounds
it's
cool.
a very large family.
Mhm.
They do like talent shows and shit like that. Like different families within the larger family like
Mhm.
do different things and stuff like that. Do different performances.
That's cool.
Last night they had like a 70s themed like party, like dance party at the Casa Maria down here.
Dope.
And yeah, it was freaking dope. Efren came, and I was just like, "Hey, man, like we're just gonna walk over there." And dude, it was a great time. It was popping in
That's
there,
cool.
playing some good ass music, drinking some beers, and like it was just nice being around people that were like, "Hey, let's fucking get down, bro. Like
Yeah,
let's just
yeah.
like let's get down.
Yeah.
Let's go dance. Let's
Yeah,
fucking drink."
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
shout out to my cousin Damon. He's fucking the coolest motherfucker that I know.
Hell yeah.
He just turned 21, but he's just like
Nice.
he was all decked out in like 70s shit.
Uh-huh.
Like he had like he had like a vest on, but
Uh-huh.
he didn't have like a shirt on underneath, and he was letting
Nice.
the chest hairs poke out. And he
Nice.
had like a couple chains on, and like he had
Had
like
the vibe going.
he had the pants that were like hella tight, but they were like the belt, like
Oh,
the
he
bell
had the whole
bottom ones.
disco vibe
Dude, he was
going
getting
then,
down,
dude.
bro.
Nice. Hell
And
yeah.
like he's a fucking dope ass kid.
Cool.
And I have never actually no, at the wedding that I recently went to, obviously I drank with them there, but I never had like time set aside where we're like, all right, yeah, let's fucking
Yeah, let's go out. Let's
let's
get
go
out.
out.
Yeah.
So like that's basically what happened. Like we went to the Casa Maria, then we went to Daisy's after,
Mhm.
and you know what happens at Daisy's.
Yeah,
People
Daisy's
fucking,
a good time.
Daisy's a good time.
Yeah.
They had like a band there that was
Nice.
they were getting down, bro. I was like,
Hell yeah.
damn, this is pretty fucking dope. And then after Daisy's, we went to someone in the family. His name's Josh. Like he lives here in San Juan as well. And we went over to his house, and basically I was just partying with all the cousins, bro.
Nice,
and freaking, there was just a bunch of beer, and I was like, fuck, I shotgunned like
Fuck
3 beers
yeah.
yesterday.
All right.
And yeah, I was feeling it for sure this morning. I didn't start feeling like actually better till probably around like 6:30.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
just
like,
in time for the podcast.
Yeah, it was like I was pretty hurting like all day.
Dang.
But
okay.
fuck, dude, yeah, I drank a lot because I started drinking like at like 12 that day, but it was just because family was here. We went to Jardines and freaking I had a margarita there.
Nice.
So okay, I'm gonna try to count out how many
I'll
drinks
count them
I
for
had.
you. You keep going through the story. I'll count them for you.
So I had the one margarita there.
Yeah.
Came back to the house. I had 2 Bud Lights.
Cool. You're at 3.
Efren came over. I had 1 more Bud Light and then a high noon with him.
Okay.
We went to La Casa Maria.
So by the time I Casa Maria, you're at 5.
Yep. Went to the Casa Maria. Had a Corona as soon as I walked in. Then I had a Pacifico later.
Okay.
Went to Daisy's. Got a Pacifico there.
Okay.
Then I had 1 course banquet.
Okay.
Had a shot.
Yeah. We're gonna count that as 2
Okay.
because that's a shot.
Okay. Had 1 more course banquet.
Okay.
Had another course banquet. Then we went to Josh's house.
13 so far, including the 2 with the shot.
Okay, as soon as I got there, had a beer.
Uh-huh.
I shotgunned 3 beers that night.
Boom, boom, boom.
And then let's say to be safe, I had at least like 2 more beers.
That's just 19. You almost hit 20.
Wow.
Yeah. And honestly,
I probably did hit 20.
I was going to say to hit just even from what we counted, because you had a margarita earlier, that was more hard alcohol as well. We'll give that an extra 1 point. That's 20. Maybe more.
It was.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a full ass day. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I was feeling good this morning.
Nice.
Woke up, freaking head wasn't like I didn't have like a pounding headache or anything like that, but
That's
it was
good.
just like you still taste the alcohol on your breath and everything like that.
Yeah.
And you're just like fuck.
Get up
dude.
and brush your teeth once. You
Yeah.
still taste a little. You
I
brush it
freaking
twice.
Took a hot ass shower and like just sat in the shower and like soaked there,
Oh yeah.
and then rolled the joint after, smoked that, and then kind of like took a nap. And then we went out to eat at the Roadhouse over here.
Oh, cool.
And I did not drink there. They
Of
were like,
course.
everyone had a beer and
Yeah.
everything like that. I was like, I will take
yeah.
a Coke and
Yeah.
I will take a water,
There you go.
please. And thank you.
Like I need to hydrate, but I want some flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was such a good time. Like, it was fun.
Nice.
Like, meeting people that I had, like, sort of met before,
Yeah.
like, here and there when I was younger, like, going to Arizona and stuff like that. But actually really getting to, like, just party with them was fucking pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, just being like, it was just funny because everyone there, like, I've never really gone over to any of their, like, functions like that
Sure.
before.
Yeah.
So I was there, and everyone was just like, so who are you related to? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, Damon's my cousin. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh. So, like, we're cousins? And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, we're cousins. And,
Yeah.
like, you're drunk at that point. So
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, what's up?
What's up, cousin?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to Therese. She was the one that was like, hey, yeah, so what's up, cousin? And,
Yeah.
like, when I left, I was like, I'll see you later, cousin. It
Hell
was
yeah.
nice partying with you.
Nice.
But, yeah, it was yeah.
A doozy.
It was a time. It was
That sounds like
it was
fun.
a doozy.
That sounds like fun though.
Hey, man, I didn't get home till like 3 a.m, and you know me, I'd
That's
never
late,
do shit like
that's
that.
late.
That is
man.
late for me,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, it was a fucking blast.
Cool,
just hanging out with family members that when you're older, you get to drink. Like, just a whole new world opens up when you're hanging out with family members and stuff like that.
Because you just like, I mean, not that you don't sometimes have like your cousins or whatever that you're close with and you can talk with or whatever, but like, I feel like in general, just like social settings are a little bit easier and more like friendly for the most part when you're like a little buzzed or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
right? So yeah, once you can do that with all your cousins, especially when you haven't talked to them in a long ass time, catching up's the best, man.
Dude,
that
yeah.
shit's awesome.
Yeah, I called it. I had the Sippies last
The
night.
Sippies?
The Sippies. It's like when you get to a certain point of drinking, and you're just like, I'm just gonna keep drinking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
You have the Sippies.
yeah. Sometimes like when you're around like 3 or 4 drinks, you're like, all right, maybe I'll just like slow down.
Yeah.
But then once you pass that threshold of like 7,
yeah.
it's just like, okay, this is just what I'm doing.
You're like, let's
Like
just
a
go.
beer
This
just
is me
tastes
for
like
the
a
night.
beer just tastes like water at the
Yeah,
end of the day,
yeah,
And
yeah.
so, whew,
The
yeah.
Sippies. I like that. That's a good one.
Had a hardcore case of the Sippies last night. Dude.
Nice. That's a good one.
But it was
I like
fun.
it.
Again, it was
Hell
fun.
yeah.
That's all I can ask for, Have a great time.
A great time.
Have a great time.
I just want to point out, I've been cracking up because like we both like kind of move a little bit when we talk every once in a while, and I've been noticing out of the corner of my eye, Joaquin Phoenix Joker is back here just like, interesting.
Yeah. He's like, wow,
head just keeps bobbing.
This is a good.
Look at him.
Yeah. He's
like,
like, wow, this is a great conversation.
Cool.
Guys. Thanks, Joaquin. I appreciate it, man.
We appreciate it. Wow, from one of the greatest actors of our generation. I mean, what can I say?
We salute to you, my good sir.
Salute. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was my day yesterday, and yeah,
Nice.
today was just a hardcore recovery day.
Nice.
And probably not gonna drink hella until I go to Hawaii in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as soon as I get there, there's like a party for like a 1-year-old, you know.
Oh boy. So,
So
that
it's
means
not even like
No, that's a party for everybody else there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Big time.
I gotta like
Cool.
I gotta
Gotta prep.
I gotta get my health points back, you know.
Yeah,
I gotta-
100%. Yeah.
I gotta gain some experience
gotta
so my health
rest.
meter like goes up a little bit more.
Yeah, you
you
gotta
know?
rest in bed. Maybe go buy like a new what do they call it? A new liver. you
Yeah,
know? Like an
exactly.
upgraded liver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just freaking I don't know, maybe I'll just go to the doctors and they just pump an IV full of just
Yeah.
like water.
Yeah,
you
there
know?
you go.
Just clean my system out.
Yep, you'll be good. Yeah.
Or just do like a blood transfusion real quick, you know?
You know what I tripped out on is like the liquid IVs, obviously,
Mhm.
right? Godsend. I love those things. They're
Those are
great.
great.
I didn't know that you can buy like value packs of those. My fucking mom came home the other day with a bag like this big,
Oh, yeah.
full of them, and I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
"What the fuck?" I was like, "Great, perfect."
Dude, those are lifesavers for sure.
They
You just
really are.
chug that shit before you freaking go drinking.
Yep. And you
Chug
just
one
get-
after,
and you're good.
and you're solid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good
Yeah,
time.
I didn't drink a lot of water last night. That's
That's
why.
probably yeah. I
But
mean,
it's all good.
I was gonna say the one thing too that like I envy is that every single time that I drink now at this point, like any more than like probably like 3 or 4, I end up with a fucking headache, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Every single fucking time. So the
Mhm.
fact that you didn't have a crazy headache today, I'm like, oh, thank the gods, because
Yeah.
that's the worst. I
It
can
wasn't
handle
like
bad stomach.
It wasn't like a pounder.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was just one of the annoying ones that's
little-
kind of just there
in the back,
you know?
yeah.
And you're just like, fuck you.
I'll deal with like a sick stomach, I'll deal with like feeling like tired, drained, whatever all day. I fucking hate having headaches, man.
Yeah.
When I have a fucking headache, it just kills my whole ass. mood.
Yeah. I hate it all. I hate the fucking sick stomach feeling. I don't like when we went out to eat. I got a burger and I looked at my sister. I was like, all right, it's gonna go one of two ways. This
Yeah.
burger's really gonna help,
Yeah.
or it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah. You definitely have to find like the right hangover food for sure. Because it varies. I don't think it's the same every
But
time.
I think there's also a certain point in a hangover where like eating might make you more sick.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like
Yeah.
if you don't eat at the right time, you're
Yep.
just gonna be sitting there like to me, like I ate like half my burger today. And I was
Mhm.
sitting there like,
You really do, because like halfway through your hangover, if there is like a not easily identifiable halfway point, is probably the best. Because I feel like early on in the day, you wake up and you're like, don't put anything in my fucking stomach
Mhm.
except for maybe water
Mhm.
or whatever, right? And then there's like the midpoint where you start to feel better and you're like, okay, but you can miss that window and then you can start to feel hungry.
mm-hmm.
But then feeling hungry while also feeling hungover is just like not fun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes the headache worse.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's a motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wish there was like a way to just not be hungover.
That'd be awesome. Honestly, like if there was a magic, actually, you know what? I'm gonna surf for the magic combo. Let's find it and we'll brand it like
Yeah.
as a Too High for TV thing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Only we won't like extensively test this thing, but every time now, let's shake my fucking hand right now, bro. Every time the two of us decide to get drunk again, like
Uh-huh.
really drunk, we're gonna test one new like form of the Too High for TV fixer elixir.
Wow. Fixer elixir. I
I
love that.
technically stole that from How I Met Your Mother, I think, the fixer
fuck
elixir
it.
part. But
It's
yeah,
our thing
we'll
now.
call it. We'll call it
It's our thing
the
now.
TH for TV fixer elixir, man.
Mhm.
My first,
TH4TV FE.
there you go. My first one would be a combo of liquid IV and the hangover pills that what's her face makes.
Hangover pills.
Yeah, it's a cannabis brand. Pro Tabs.
Because
'Cause I have heard stories of those
yes,
working.
Yes.
So that's
I've
yeah.
heard that too.
So I'm gonna say that should be our first test: is
Mhm.
a pill, a bottle of liquid IV before and after your drinking session.
You just dissolve the pill into the bottle of liquid
Perfect.
IV.
Let's try it. Let's
Wow.
try
And
it.
just shake it
Yep.
up and-
Let's try it. I'm down. Let's do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing science here now too. Math, English, and science. We're becoming an educational podcast.
Yeah, we're talking about works of art.
Yep.
We're talking about literature.
Yep.
We're talking about mathematics.
Current events.
Exactly.
We do current events.
We talk about
all
news,
the time.
like,
all the
gosh,
time.
guys.
Important news.
You guys really get it all here in this podcast.
Everything.
Like, it's not just about movies here. It's about educating the entire world.
You could call us like a jack of all trades kind of podcast.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
No worries. We got you. You're welcome. Just like increasingly faster and faster and faster. Just like, yeah.
You're just like, yeah, I salute you. But all right, let's get into some of the
dive
things
into some of the topics for today.
That we're talking
Where
about
do you
today.
want to start?
I think I really want to start with the question that I posed to you the other day.
Okay, cool.
Because I was thinking about this. Like, I'm always constantly thinking about what can we do on the podcast that is a little bit different than just like sit and talk about movies all the time.
Yeah.
Because I love to do it, but it's nice to add like little different things here and there.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I was sitting there and I was like, what would be interesting? And I was like, what about like, what 2 actors would you put in a movie? And I was like, that's cool, but it's just like, not like you can just pick any 2 actors. Be like,
that's easy. Yeah.
But
Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland in Back to the Future.
Yeah, exactly. But I came up with what 2 actors would you want to star in a movie if you were creating a movie, and what genre of movie would that be?
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay. So mine is going to be Tom Cruise
Ooh.
and Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
In a movie that is basically beat for beat Uncharted 4. Do you know the story of Uncharted 4 at all?
I don't.
Okay, I'm going to spoil it for you right now.
Let's do it.
So Keanu Reeves is an ex-thief kind of guy, who like has a family now and everything. He's out of the game, so to speak. But then Tom Cruise, who is his long thought dead brother on a job whale, like back in the day, comes back and does the classic, like, I got one more score for you. Like, you just got to help me out with this thing or whatever. So drags him away from the family life. Again, this is just Uncharted 4. 100%. This is Uncharted 4. Not making this part up. I just thought, like, wow, this would be good. So, they go, and it's this crazy action romp of, like, who is the cooler, crazier action star, of course, because you have 2 of the all-time fucking big hitters right there. Going. They find their treasure and whatnot. Tom Cruise betrays Keanu Reeves in a terrible twist.
Bastard.
But in the climax of the story, he sacrifices himself for a brother, saying, don't forget to carry on, like, what I left behind or whatever, which is like a meta passing of the torch from Tom Cruise to Keanu Reeves.
I like that, dude.
That's the movie I would want to see.
Are you going to have Tom Cruise, like, jump off of, like,
the
Mount Everest or something like that?
Possible, yeah. And
he's going to actually climb Mount Everest in the movie?
Yep, and he's going to make Keanu Reeves do it with him the whole time. Any stunt that's the main thing of the movie is that, like, Keanu Reeves is always you're like making me spitball right now. Fucking Keanu Reeves as a kid always wanted to do the stuff that Tom Cruise could, so it's like this weird like proving like relationship, like competitiveness. So every time Tom Cruise does something in the story, Keanu slowly moves further away from like his quiet family home back into like the daredevil, like, I can do whatever you can do, brother.
Wow.
And it just gets increasingly more
it's
intense.
Like a hybrid Uncharted and fucking
Point Break?
Yeah, Point Break.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, just Uncharted meets Point Break with Keanu and Tom Cruise.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, mine. And it was funny. I was talking to my cousin Larry about this last night, too, because I told him that question. He's like, wow. And so mine, give me Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And give me Tiffany Haddish.
Okay.
In a buddy cop
movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some, like, White Chicks-esque.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
like, a spoof on Training Day.
Okay, I like that.
Like, that shit would be fucking hilarious.
That would be pretty damn funny.
Like, they're both very, like, unique in their humor.
Yeah.
And I think them just bouncing off of each other would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, big time.
God damn.
That'd be a very animated comedy for sure.
Yeah.
Between the 2 actors.
I was like, I think I want it to be sort of like Jim Carrey is like, maybe it's like a hybrid of like Training Day and like Seven and like White Chicks, where it's funny. But it's like Jim Carrey is like
the older grizzled
cop that's like on his way out.
Yeah.
And Tiffany Haddish is the young spry detective, like ready to take everybody down.
Yeah.
And freaking through their partnership, Jim Carrey learns to loosen back up and have a lot more fun. You know?
I like it. It's got a little heartwarming.
Yeah,
twist.
exactly.
Good shit. I like it.
But I want it to be more funny. So, and also maybe shot like that Eric Andre movie.
Oh, so it's like kind of mockumentary style.
Yeah,
that would
be fun.
good.
I think that would be hilarious.
That's funny.
together going around and doing just stupid shit to people.
Do you have the cutaways too, where they're like talking to the camera and shit?
Oh yeah,
be like, this perp we just got, blah blah blah.
1000%.
Cool, hell yeah, that'd be hilarious, dude.
God,
yeah, that'd be.
Now I want
funny.
that movie to happen.
Yeah, that'd be so funny, dude. That'd be great. I love it. I did start to think of another one too, that I couldn't get out of my brain, but the other one just like the idea came easier.
Mm-hmm.
Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen.
Ooh.
Medieval Knight's Tale.
Wow.
It's again basically just Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
But reverse this time. So Ewan McGregor is the one getting fed up with like the king's orders and shit like that or whatever, and Anakin is the one who ends up being tasked to go take down like his what would you call it? Like Anakin would be like his squire, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Anakin would be his and Obi-Wan would be his whatever.
And Obi-Wan is trying to like usurp the throne.
Oh, actually, no. You know what? Hold on. Damn it. We gotta get a fucking writer's room ready. Okay, so Obi-Wan and Anakin basically, right? Obi-Wan, the older knight who has been a part of the system forever, fed up with the fucking king and his fat, loving, aristocracy bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. So he starts to become more and more rebellious, and Anakin can't quite understand why. He's like, "What the fuck?" I keep saying Anakin and Obi-Wan. Whatever.
We can name them. Sir Oberforth. And his squire,
Anakeith.
Antilles.
Okay, cool. Still Star Warsy too, because you got Wedge Antilles. Okay, so Oberforth is becoming increasingly fed up with his king and his bullshit, right? So he starts to become more and more rebellious, which
King Papillonius,
100%. So Antilles cannot really understand what's happening, but he goes along because, this is his dude, right? He's his charge. He's down for him or whatever. So it keeps happening. Things escalate until the Oberforth 100% defects and is like, fuck this, I'm going after the king, right? At which point, Antilles cannot, stay on that side. So that's when the fight happens. Antilles kills his master tragically or whatever, and in his final words or whatnot, passes on the rebellious thing to his student, who finally gets it. Like, oh shit, this king is a piece of shit. Made me kill my father figure / brother, whatever. Fuck this guy. Turns around and chops his head off instead of fucking being a dumbass like Dooku telling you the Sith Master's right there and you don't fucking kill. Never mind. But yeah. And we call it Night Wars.
Night Wars. You can call it
Night Battles.
I don't know. Naming a movie's hard.
It is. I feel like it would be something like A Tale of Something and Something would fit with it.
A Tale of Two Cities? No.
That's good. Yeah. A Tale of Two Swords.
Wow. Ooh, I like that.
That's not bad, right? Yeah. So we got plenty of ideas to work with.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Hell yeah.
We can't get, Jim Carrey, Tiffany Haddish, Ewan McGregor, all that. I mean, not yet.
Maybe we can.
Not yet.
Maybe we can.
But we'll make the prototype version.
Maybe they're listening to this and they're like, wow, this is fucking great.
Show me a script and we'll talk.
You just show them one page and it's like, yeah, just kind of do this.
Yeah, just explanation of it, but it even has the and then they and then this shit happens. It's like
and then it's kind of like Training Day, but then it's also kind of like White Chicks.
Yeah, they finish reading it and they're like, what did you just give to me? This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh shit! But yeah, I'll try to we'll think of more questions like that for the podcast.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah.
It makes you be creative, just in your own mind.
You can just call them questions of the day.
Questions of the day,
because they're a quick enough way to get us started. Get the brain spinning and whatnot.
Hell yeah! All right, now let's move on to our newest segment of the podcast. 2 dudes, 1 episode. Basically. What we do with this segment, if you guys weren't here the last episode, 2 dudes, 1 episode, we are each going to pick a show for each other to watch. We're going to watch the first episode, and then based on that first episode, we're going to give a little review and whether we would continue watching said show.
Yeah, for sure.
So since you start off, I'll go first this time. So last week, Danny Boo over here tasked me to watch Mythic Quest, which is basically a office type show about basically people who create a video game. This game, Mythic Quest. You have Ian Grimm, who's the creative, visionary director. Let me fucking pull up all the
characters,
because they're hilarious. But
that's a good cast for sure.
But yeah, I really liked this. I like this show a lot. I mean, it's kind of right up my alley. I love video games, and I love that like
Poppy. Sorry.
Yeah, that mockumentary style
Yeah.
sort of show and stuff like that. So I was really, really digging this shit. Let's see. What is it? What am I?
Mythic Quest.
Mythic.
Yeah, you got Iron Grim. You got Poppy Lee.
Poppy's the homie.
Her. Yeah. Rachel and Dana.
CW Longbottom.
Oh, CW is great, man. I love CW. That was the dude I was telling you from White Lotus. Yeah.
Danny Pudi. He's from
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's his name? Brad. That's right. Yeah.
Brad. Yeah. But yeah. So the first episode, they're launching what is it? Raven's Banquet.
Raven's Banquet,
which is like
the
new DLC expansion for Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
And it's crunch time. They've already pushed back the release date on it. They don't want to push it back again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you get all these perspectives of different different people that go into creating a video game, right? You have the people like Poppy who are like the coders and stuff like that, who sort of who put everything, who build the game, right? You have Iron Grim, who's again the creative, the visionary, who's like, this is my vision, let's make it come to life. You have fucking CW Longbottom, who's the story writer. You have who else is in there? You have Rachel and Dana, who are like the
testers.
The testers.
The game testers, yeah.
You have Brad, who's like what is he? He's
the like money side of the game. So he makes all of like the little packages you can buy, like get mythic coins or whatever the fuck it is, like type of guy.
Yeah. And so in this episode, Raven's Banquet's coming up, and Poppy has created a shovel to put in the game, which basically doubles as like they can dig and manipulate the landscape and stuff like that. And her big thing is that she wants the shovel in it because she wants something that feels like is hers, right? She's constantly making this game that's based on a vision of someone else, so she wants to feel like she has some stake in the game, where you can point to it and be like, wow, look it, I fucking did that thing, I did that shit. But the homie Ian, whatever, fuck that fool, is not feeling the shovel. And he wants to turn it into like an item that people can fucking use to hit each other with and like kill each other and stuff. And Poppy's like, no, I just want it to fucking dig, blah, 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 blah. And so they basically not leak it, but they let a streamer, what's that kid's name? It's like a play on PewDiePie.
Yeah,
like
it is. Yeah, son of a bitch. I know who you're talking about.
But they basically give it to this like kid streamer so he can test it out, and he's like, damn, this shit sucks.
It's like a beta test or some shit, basically.
And so basically that first episode
Pooty Shoe,
yeah. The first episode is them, dealing with all of that. You have Ian, who wants to make his vision come to life. You have Poppy, who wants her thing in the game. You also have where's the rest of the fucking cast? You have David Brittlesby, who is the executive executive producer of it. And so I thought it was a great show. I thought it's funny. It is a little like touching at moments, but it's not super overwhelming with like these heart-wrenching moments. But
they do get there, but not at first.
Yeah, not at first. But based on this first episode, I would definitely continue watching this.
Nice.
It's on Apple TV. If you guys have Apple TV, fucking go check that shit out. Apple TV, again, is still continuing, in my opinion, on the streak of just banger after banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm definitely going to sit down and try to watch more of this.
Yeah.
And there's 3 seasons, so dang, 2023. Okay, nice. Fuck yeah.
No, yeah, I was going to mention that I love this show quite a bit. I think the way that relationships grow across the show between major characters and people who you would even consider minor throwaway characters is really good. There's a surprisingly decent couple of twists in the show, I would say. And yeah, I mean, why I overall enjoy this. It mixes comedy and video games, something I think nobody's really ever done before. But you saw the time 2020. This has, in my opinion, the best lockdown episode. Lockdown anything that I've ever seen.
Yeah?
Wow. 100%. Everybody, and since COVID and the pandemic in 2020, it's like, I think a lot of shows, TVs, whatever, movies have tried to do some kind of like lockdown episode, be it like, Thriller. We watched Kimmy, right? Or comedy. Tons of people do bullshit versions of it or whatever. This is absolutely for sure my favorite like pandemic episode I've ever seen. It's good shit. And I think it taps at like the end of season 2.
Okay, I love it. And I like how each character really plays into like who they are. Like CW Longbottom, right? He's always trying to like build out the story. And Poppy's like, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear your stories anymore. Poppy is very into her coding and doing
Yeah,
everything like
yeah.
that. Ian is the douchey, just fucking
The douchey dreamer.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I love how great that they made that.
Oh yeah.
Like he's the perfect like just douchebag.
Well, what makes him so great too is that's like he is 99% of the time a douchebag, and then like 1%. Well, hold on, 98% of the time he's a douchebag. 1% of the time, I don't know if I can't remember if this is in the first episode or not. He could be a really genuine, like nice, heartwarming guy, and then the other 1% of the time he is a certified genius. Like some of the moments in the show where like they're crunched for time, which usually ends up happening, he does come up with like an idea that's just like even you are like, holy fuck, that would be fucking great in the game. Like, holy shit. Like, it's fucking hilarious. He's great.
Yeah, I like the whole shovel thing because it was like you're saying, there are some things where he's like a genius, and his big thing is like, this is gonna be big. I don't know why, but it just is. Like, I just know.
Yeah.
And finally, Poppy's like, all right, like she tells him how to like write the code to make it fucking hit people in the head and like explode their head and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, fuck, dude, if I was playing this video game, I would want this fucking.
You'd
shovel.
want the shovel.
I would want the fucking shovel.
You can dig whatever you want with it, and you can fucking one shot people. That's
exactly.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved when fucking Longbottom and Brad go in and they're telling her like, here, like we can have, it's gonna be Iron's shovel, blah blah blah, or whatever, and like the player goes through all this fucking blah blah blah, follows the story, does whatever, and when he finally gets the freaking shovel, like it reveals, and he's just like, eh? And she's like, what? And he's like breast, and she's like, I know, like,
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, shit like that's just fucking hilarious, man. I really really liked the show. I dug it a lot.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Hey man, what did you watch?
I watched the first episode of Jujutsu Kaisen finally after a long period of recommendation. I wish that I had continued watching. I did not, just because like I said, was editing a whole lot over this weekend and whatnot. But I also very much enjoyed the first episode. I will say that. It took me a little bit to get into, because for like the first like I would say like 10 minutes of the show. It's pretty like random high school shit happening.
Yeah, a lot of exposition.
Yeah, so at first I was like, "Oh man, hurry the fuck up, like get there." But once it got there, oh boy, did it get there,
dude! It's
some
sick.
Cool shit, man. Yeah, I like the vibe of the show. I think like I ever since like I think I played the Witcher game, I've just been like more intrigued by like nasty, creepy, fucked up looking, scary monsters and shit. So the curses are really cool, and I've only seen one so far. Or what? Cursed monsters? What would you technically call them?
They're curses.
Just curses.
Yeah, they just call them curses.
Like
but they're
whatever,
they have.
Right?
I don't know if they broke down like there's different grades.
Yeah,
that they have, you know? So there's like.
So that was did the because I was like slightly confused. So the first episode, you open up and you meet like Itadori and like his two friends. Is the other dude still a character that sticks around too, or does it just end up being the girl, like part of the occult club with him?
Oh, they honestly, you don't really see it much once they like
Not the girl either.
Not I can't remember if in the manga she comes back.
Okay.
I think in the manga like later on they like make an appearance.
But he
like
leaves,
they're
right?
they're not like
Jujutsu High or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So fuck, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So it starts and you meet them and they're all part of this occult club or whatever, and like what's his face found like the sarcophagus.
Oh, the finger.
The finger and the
finger.
thing. Yeah, and then like they were gonna bust it open or whatever and everything. So when they opened the seal, the monster was contained within the finger and then gets loose and has to eat the finger to get more power, or like how does that part work?
So so Sukuna was a sorcerer like thousands of years ago in that like 1,000 years ago in that world. Yeah, and so
that was his finger.
He figured out how to split his soul into like put his soul into an object, which was his fingers, and he cut all of his fingers off just so he can be reincarnated later and shit like that.
Okay.
And just like he was so powerful that object just emits a bunch of like cursed energy. So like that's why like fucking when they take it off and they unseal it, like you have all these curses like trying
showing
to fuck
up.
it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that makes more sense. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself though. So yeah, there's all of that stuff or whatever. You meet his grandpa very, very quickly, who like in my mind, I might just be too Spider-Man'd out at this point, but it's pretty much just Uncle Ben. Like literally just tells him like, hey, you're really strong. You should help people with that power. And then dies.
Yeah, definitely a lot more complicated of a relationship than Spider-Man and Uncle Ben for sure. Because he's like, his grandpa's just like, bro, like just get out of here. Like go, like just leave me alone. Or
he's
shit
like, I
that.
don't need you. Because he's got this whole thing of like, don't be a dick basically. Like die with people around you at some point or whatever. But yeah, anyways, pretty.
Have a meaningful death.
Yeah, exactly. So you meet him, he dies or whatever. At that point, what's his name? Megami?
The Sasuke-esque character. Yeah, Megami Fushiguro.
Fushiguro, yeah, okay. Is introduced pretty quickly and just like, checks out he's on a mission. I assume there's like some sort of task force that like sends him on these missions and stuff like that. I haven't met him yet. I'll get there. And then goes to the place where the fucking finger was supposed to be. It's fucking gone. Shows up and then sees Itadori out in the middle of like the track and field thing, just pulling like some bonkers shit. That's the part that I want to see, like what happens going forward, because like obviously he gets a ridiculously dangerous power upgrade at the very, very end of the episode. But before that, he's like fucking super strong.
He's insanely
and like super
strong.
fast. Yeah, like so he's already hella strong too. So I want to see like what that's all about. Like not even just like a strong kid, like fucking superhuman and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I want to figure out what that's all about too. That's also very intriguing. Yeah, he shows up, finds him. Itadori wins super easily, runs past him, and then he's like, "Oh, cursed energy!" He does a little anime grunt really quick, and fucking trips out. So starts trailing him or whatever, and then he meets him at the hospital after his grandpa dies, and then I don't give a fuck. You can have it, but like my occult leader person or whatever, that sounds dark, occult club leader was like wanting to open the seal. I know, seriously. Yeah. And so they're like, oh fuck, so they go back to the school. It's fucking super overwhelmed with monsters and shit, or curses and shit like that. And is the wolf bit the like the first, is that one of his, I forgot what you were calling him.
That's part of his. So he has his technique is called the 10 Shadows technique. So there's 10. Those are called Shikigami.
Yeah.
So he has Shikigami that he can summon. Basically, he has those two. He has those two dogs.
Oh yeah.
And that's like the base level for like the 10 Shadows technique users. Like that's the first one they get is the dogs.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had figured, because again, they didn't really take a lot to explain that side of things, which I'm okay with. I was cool with.
They definitely explain. They explain more. I would say the cool thing about Jujutsu Kaisen is they do take time out to explain like different powers and stuff like that, and not in a way where like it's hella boring, but it's just like you'll be like in the middle of a fight, and then they go like boom, and then they like explain something. You're
what
like,
happened?
Oh, fuck, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I was super down for that. I like the animation style a lot once the action kicks in. I'm like, animation to me is the best when it's in motion. I feel like when it's just like people talking to each other, whatever, it's not my style in particular, because you either have like a lot of really, to me, boring still shots of them just talking to each other, or very like advertisement looking things where all of a sudden things get super meta and they're like standing there like this, like hold on,
I like that. I like that shit when they just
it's goofy. But yeah, once it's in motion though and the action kicks in, I love the fluidity of like the character models. Like everything feels super over the top, stylish action, kick-assery in a way that like I love. I like, obviously it's I don't want to say realistic, because it's not. They're like have zero gravity and can like move at the speed of light, even if they don't have like super speed or anything. But that shit it feels so like visceral, the action style. And I like it a lot. And that's only in the first episode, so I can only imagine that gets way better.
It gets way like there is like the beginning of episode 2. There's a crazy fight.
Cool.
There's a pretty crazy fight. And I would say if you like that, definitely watch the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie. That shit's fucking dope.
Should I finish? Should I get further along in the actual show before I go back and watch the movie? Like, will it spoil anything?
No, just because the movie is like Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is like the prequel before like any of that shit like happens, and it has to deal with like a whole different like character. Basically.
Okay, cool.
So I would definitely recommend watching that movie. It's a good ass fucking movie.
Yeah.
But there's probably one of my favorite just fight scenes in an anime like in that fucking movie.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. But yeah, the fight continues. Itadori comes in and kicks some ass, kind of. He's obviously not going to, like, kill the thing or anything, but he's doing decent for, like, a random kid or whatever. Even Megami Fushiguro, right? Fushiguro is, like, surprised and whatnot. And then, shit goes down. They're fighting. He's trapped. And then you learn that whoever eats a cursed object gains, like, incredible power or whatever, right? and then
not necessarily.
Yeah,
because
it's a one. Yeah, it depends. You could either fucking die because of the poison instantly, or 1 in a million chance. I assume just absorb the energy of whatever curse.
You become like a vessel for that.
Yeah, for whatever that curse was. Yeah, okay. Which happens, and I told you I would consider it like a twist for like a typical like chosen one story, right? Like you could very easily see this going the route of like, oh, here's this 1 in a million power that's dangerous, yeah, but like this is the like protagonist like munching on this cursed finger, so like he'll be fine, it'll be great. Which he does, he eats it, and then you hear like, oh no, it'll either kill him or it's like a 1 in a million chance, a 1 in a million chance, a 1 in a million chance, because it's an anime, so they have to say it a bunch. And then he reveals it, he's fine, swipes the fucking monster in like an instant, like he's fucking nothing. And then he's like, a 1 in a million chance of a terrible fucking awful thing happening or whatever, which is this super scary, what's his name? Sakuna. Like ancient demon fucking reborn now.
Yeah.
Within Itadori. But then I like, again, like a good comedic twist, which is like, you have him standing there on the edge of the fucking thing like, oh, where are the women? Where are the children? What a great time to be born in. There's so many of them around, blah, 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 blah. And then he just kind of like grabs his own cheek and pulls himself down off the thing really quick. And he's like, what? Then he does his thing. And then, yeah, you just hear fucking Itadori like, what are you doing? He's like, how are you suppressing me? He's like, well, it's my body. It's just like super, again, like good twist. Cause like typically you'd expect like the inner struggle to like fight back for the vessel. And he's like, no, this is my body.
Yeah.
Don't do things with it.
Yeah.
Which I like. It's good. So a lot of good little back and forths at the end there. Really good action. I think it's like too early for me to say right now, like how good the character stuff is and like the development of the story. But from the excitement that you have when you're explaining it, I'm fairly certain that it's good.
Yeah, the creator of the manga, Gege Akutami, I'm pretty sure, might have freaking butchered that. Dude, like just me going forward in the manga and like experiencing the story, like he is such a just great author and just like knows how to develop characters very well. So like it's like this is one of those series that feels weird because there's points where it's like, because like Itadori is like the main character, quote unquote, but it's like there's like other characters that become like main style. Like
I can see it already too, just with the way that like I mean, I don't know how much Megami. Fuck, it's gonna take me a while. I only saw the first episode. I'm just gonna call him Sasuke for now. Like, the way that they're both introduced side by side, I could be wrong here, but it didn't really feel like any one of them took the pilot seat too hard. Even just in the first episode. Like you're right, Itadori is set up for you as like the main protagonist, but with how much flip back and forth between like the two sides of them finally meeting, it does definitely feel more like an ensemble. Like you're gonna be dealing with like a cast of characters rather than just like a single dude or whatever.
Definitely,
which I like. I'm down.
Like all the other like side characters too, like are fucking great, bro. Yeah. Like if you watch it, once you meet like Toto, like Toto's fucking awesome, dude. He's hilarious and he's just a crazy motherfucker, dude. Cool. And then once you meet more of like Gojo, because you just met Gojo like in the very beginning, like not quickly. Too much, but.
Yeah, I forgot to even mention that part. Yeah,
the next episode is when you meet.
I figured because they have a little like next time on Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever, like quick little flashes, and he like shows up from the middle of when he's about to fucking lock him up with some crazy, I don't know, cursed jutsu or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because
it's like a pretty big cliffhanger. Like right where it ends, Sasuke is just like hey motherfucker, like because you ate that shit, I have like a certain like thing that I have to do or whatever. I'm gonna lock your ass up and shit like that.
Well, yeah. So he has his 10 shadows technique, right? One of the 10 shadows is it's full named Maharaga.
Maharaga. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you want me to explain Maharaga?
No. Because I do want to watch it. Yeah, that was the next point I was gonna get to. It's like I don't know how quickly I will get through it, but I have like a recent tradition where like I will sit down on. It's also on Funimation, which I will watch on there too, because I watched that's where I watched a bunch of Dragon Ball. But since Dragon Ball, which I kind of burnt out on, I want to go back to. I think I was watching like the original series. I just will sit down, fucking hit play, and just eat hot Cheetos and cream cheese. So this is like perfect because they're just like bite-sized episodes.
Yeah, they're like
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 like 23 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, you cut out like the intro and the outro. You got 20 minutes of something really quick, which is good. So yeah, I'm excited. I also want to continue watching this show too, and I will for sure check out the movie.
Fuck yeah,
too.
It's a fucking great. Fucking great movie.
That's one of the like things I've been thinking about recently, because like I don't want to say like a YouTube series, but like a type of YouTube video that I've been enjoying recently is like a retrospective on a series of you guessed it, video games. And what a lot of them have in common is don't necessarily play the first game, the first thing in the series. Play one of the better ones that doesn't spoil everything, obviously. And then if you take a liking to that series, then go back and do the work or whatever. Which is kind of what I am thinking maybe the movie will be. Not that like I didn't enjoy the first episode as it is already, but having a self-contained movie that'll start and end in like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour and a half. It's not too long.
Yeah, that's as badass or whatever as you're saying it is. I feel like that's a good way to like start, right? Like you fucking hit hard with a hook, bring them in, be like, look at what you can get to eventually, and then you go back and you start doing the groundwork. Jujube.
Jujube.
Yeah, whatever kind of vegetable that shit is.
Yeah, hour 45.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you hit hard with an hour 45, like romp really quick, get you introduced to the world and whatnot, and then you go and do the legwork of watching all the character building over the long form of the series. So I'll definitely watch that. I'm gonna go back and start watching the rest of the show too. How far is it?
So there's one full season, and then they're releasing season 2 now. So they've done the first 2 episodes for season 2.
And the shows are like what, 25 episodes, 26?
Yeah.
Oh man,
like
that's
24.
a fucking bummer.
Why?
Well, because that's short.
Yeah.
Like, that's not very long. It's not going to take me
Dude,
long
that's
to
why I
to
started,
catch up.
Yeah, that's why I started going onto like YouTube and like reading more of like the manga and stuff like
Get
that.
ahead a little further.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they're going to do this season, ridiculous, bro. Like we're going to see some ridiculous ass shit.
Cool. All right, I'm excited.
Fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, dude, I'm glad you liked Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's exciting. It's cool. Yeah. It's I think like darker for sure, but I like, because you know me, like I'm not always latching on to like really heavily dark shit, but it has a lot of like lighter moments of humor, like literally punching like the dark bits in the face, like the part I was saying where it's like, what do you mean, this is my body, fuck off. Like I like that shit. Contrast is
there's
good.
a lot of that in
I
the
love
show.
that. That's good.
Like that, I think that's like when I was going back and watching season 1 again, like I think that's what I liked most about it is like it, like you said, it is dark, but it has those lighter moments that like, like sometimes in like Naruto, like maybe like the try to being funny like doesn't necessarily work, but I feel like in this, like it's weird because you have these funny moments juxtaposed with these like super crazy powerful like characters, and it's like, what the fuck
going
is
on here?
Like what is this?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Gojo's a fucking goofball, bro.
I could imagine. Yeah, being that strong, you have to start having fun with it a little bit, right?
Yeah. He's crazy. He's
cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to meet
the
him
fucking
officially.
Yeah, and then this season they fucking introduced one of my favorite characters, Toji. Yeah.
Nice.
Feels bad, dude.
Cool.
That feels fucking bad.
All right, cool.
Feels fucking bad.
That's season 2 you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got some time before I get there then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to keep watching for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But all right, guys, that was our first segment, rendition of Two Dudes, One Episode.
I like it.
We'll figure out what we're going to do for the
next
next
I was going to say, I forgot
episode.
to think of what we were going to do for next week, but we can figure that out.
Have you ever watched One Punch Man?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah, I have seen One Punch Man before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could think of one right now. All the shows I've watched, I can't think of one.
I know, there's too many, yeah. The first one that's coming to mind, I feel like you've already seen it, but I only because I talked about it a second ago. Have you watched the original Dragon Ball series before?
Here and there.
Here and there? Okay. Have you seen the first episode?
I believe so.
Okay,
So.
Okay. We're just gonna sit here and think for a while, and then we'll cut out the dead space afterwards.
No, we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Keep it a surprise too for them next week.
Exactly. Yeah. But all right, guys. Now let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the episode.
Should we start with all of the newfound trailers
Yes.
that just came out? Yeah, we had
Yes.
quite a bit of trailers drop on us. Or what, like 2 main ones that we're going to talk about, right?
There was Ahsoka, Wonka, and then Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so 3. Yeah.
Which one would you like to start with first, sir?
I would say either Blue Beetle or Willy Wonka, or just Wonka. Sorry, it's not called Willy Wonka. Let's start with Blue Beetle. We'll start and end with the nerdy stuff. Wonka can go in the middle.
Let me actually go on YouTube.
And pull the trailer real quick.
Yeah.
The Beetle. The Blue Beetle.
I'm excited for this movie, dude.
I am too. I think it's going to be good.
Sick.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very fun. My
YouTube algorithm.
Oh, popping everything
fucking
up.
Nuts, dude. Golf.
Uh-huh.
Movies. Fucking comedy shit.
Nice.
Anime.
Beautiful. You got to have an eccentric, fucking, or eclectic is the word I meant to say. An eclectic YouTube algorithm. You got to keep the algorithm guessing.
Exactly, dude.
You don't want to know everything.
It just sucks though. Like, say like when I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, I was like, I watched one thing and then it was like the next like 2 weeks.
Oh,
it was just
yeah.
like anime.
That was one of the things that like I've learned to do in particular with like new releases of video games and movies is video games more so. Movies is easier because it's, leading up to opening day, you watch the movie and you're done. All the spoilers are out of the way. So if you type Ahsoka into your thing, you will have seen everything if you're keeping up or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
With video games, it's a bitch, bro. I have to not even type in the title of the game that I'm playing until I finish it because it'll literally start popping up with spoilers right the fuck away. Because for whatever reason, YouTube thinks that like everybody just wants to see how the fucking shit ends before you see it, and I'm like, nah, fuck you, get out of here, you son of a bitch.
All right, let's throw on this. We're gonna throw on the Blue Beetle trailer.
Some very loud vibes. I'm down. George Lopez.
I'm down, dude.
Ah!
I love that, dude.
Yeah, the
that
effects look pretty good.
So sick.
And it's pretty early, too. 1 day earlier.
Wow. The Scarab.
The Scarab. Yeah, I like it.
That looks sick, too.
You don't.
Looks so good, bro. Like, it looks
does.
so fucking good. I'm still not the most down for that. Like, the heads-up display.
Not most down? Oh, okay.
Sheesh. Oh. Oh, damn. What the fuck?
Yeah, evil scarab suit. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm having some thoughts recur to me all of a sudden watching this trailer again.
Watch and learn, Jaime. Interesting.
Buster Sword.
Vin Diesel's gonna pop up.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
You're a superhero, cabrón.
That's my favorite line. Oh, wow. The Beetlemobile.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah. Nana. Looks cool.
Fuck yeah. I like that they're doing that, like showing you like
Yeah.
comics, you know.
Go check out the history type of vibe.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Blue Beetle, the second trailer
Yeah.
for Blue Beetle looked fucking awesome, man. I am excited for some Blue Beetle. What's his name? Cholo.
Madrigal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so I can't.
Oh, I've only
You
seen
know.
like the first 2 seasons, but he's really good.
Yeah. I mean, from this trailer, he
He's a
looks
good actor.
fucking. Yeah, he looks like a really good actor.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love the whole. Like I love that we're getting to see like a Mexican Hispanic family on the forefront in like a
100%.
big superhero movie. Like
Mhm.
that shit's awesome. I love the line, "You're a superhero, cabrón." Like
Yeah,
that shit's
that's good.
hilarious,
Yeah.
bro. Like perfect. I thought the suit looks great. The suit looked great.
Yeah.
All the effects look awesome. I'm still just not the biggest on like his heads up display or whatever.
That's a little weird.
It has like a weird like Jack and Daxter like PS2 feel to it.
Sure.
And I don't know. That's not what I thought like his heads up display
Would look like,
well,
yeah.
I guess,
I
but I
mean,
guess we are just like
that's part
used
of
to like
yeah.
Jarvis and all that shit.
Well,
you know?
I think the other thing too is it's like that style you're not ever gonna get around anymore at this point. Like it just after post Iron Man, anytime somebody puts a helmet on, you're gonna get a janky fucking heads up display in there. You know, like I don't think I've ever liked any of them except for Iron Man's, and even then, only in like the first one.
Yeah.
Even after that, it gets stale. You know, so. I agree. I'm kind of tired of that bit too.
Yeah, looked good, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I watched it again just now. There are 2 things that popped into my head that I am like cautiously not excited about, which is I don't like that it looks like the main bad guy just looks like a bigger, redder version of what the Blue Beetle's powers are. And I don't know Blue Beetle's history. I will say that. So if that's like a major nemesis of his, then that could be cool. But if it's not, and this is just a throwaway bad guy, and they're like, you know, verses that they come up with is like, it's just him. It's like Ironmonger, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's serviceable for the first movie for sure, but it's not incredibly creative or unique, I would say.
Yeah. I think from what I've just like watched and like read and stuff, I think that character is like a bad guy from like his comics.
Blue Beetles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like some like, hey, yeah, let's just make a giant evil
Sure.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
you know?
of him. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I guess when writing stories like those stories, right? Maybe like the first comic creator was just like, yeah, let's just make his nemesis like just a bigger evil or Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I mean, if it works, it works, right? I think it's just that like
if it fits, it ships.
if it fits, it ships, man. The other thing that I'm not incredibly excited about as well either is the Susan Sarandon bit and the whole like this is an evil corporation that's trying to take this thing to change the world and blah blah blah. Like there's a couple of things that like here's what I'm worried about, right? Is it's like I do agree with you. It is very exciting to see a Hispanic family at the forefront of a big time movie like this. I would rather it be something like Coco though, where the root of the issue of the movie and all of the subsequent conflicts that happen are rooted in the culture as well. Not just like, hey, here's a Mexican family, but it's pretty much just Iron Man though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I'm like slightly worried about. I don't think it's going to be like bad because of that reason. I think I will still very, very much enjoy the movie. But I would, if we're really going to go that route of like, let's introduce like a different culture, regardless of what it may be, like dig a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Than just like, hey, the superhero's brown, and this time so is his family. Everybody on his side is brown.
George Lopez is gonna say cabron.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, I'm excited, and I think I'm inevitably gonna get hyped because there's just a visceral feeling of like it happened to me with Namor when I watched Black Panther too. That like there's just like something like I don't even know how to explain it. Like there's just like the fucking. I wouldn't consider myself like super like culturally like
aware.
Yeah, in terms of like even my own, you know, like I don't speak Spanish. I understand little bits of it here and there and whatnot. I like eat Mexican food and stuff like that, but I want there to still be like just like a further push.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. But again, still, I'm still very excited to see it. I think I'll still be super hyped by the moments that are trying to pay homage to that stuff.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm excited to see how the hello.
Hello.
I'm excited to see how the DCU starts.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing, too, that I think is eventually going to just get swept under the rug. But this is the official start of the DCU.
Well, it's so weird because James Gunn has said that, like, Superman Legacy is, like, the first, like, DCU movie.
Yeah,
but this is, like, the first, like, DCU character. So, I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird saying that a movie coming out after this movie
is the first
the start, even though this character is in that universe. I don't know.
I think, to a certain extent, I understand, like, what he means. Because, hello. To a certain extent, I can understand what he means because it's like, okay, this movie was made before James Gunn was hired.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine he didn't stick his fingers in the project like too much. So saying that this is the first DCU character, meaning like, I'm going to take Blue Beetle, but I think he's basically saying I'm going to take creative liberty to like get rid of whatever else I don't need from that movie, just the character.
Okay.
And so Superman will be the first DCU like movie proper because it's made by him and Peter Safran and everybody.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was I gonna? I was gonna say something, but I
forgot.
Oh, I like that we're like. I feel like it's been a while since we've had like an origin story superhero movie.
Just like a typical one. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, shoot. Yeah.
The last one I'm thinking of is like Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah. For like a movie, yeah. I was gonna say I feel like we've been spoiled. I've enjoyed the ones that have come out. I like a lot of the origin shows that have been coming out on Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with Moon Knight, I fuck with She-Hulk, and I fuck with Miss Marvel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, in terms of like a good old fashioned movie, 2-hour movie or whatever this ends up clocking in at, it's been a while.
This feels like some classic like Spider-Man vibes, you know? Like, you know, we're gonna see the young character go through the changes, blah blah all that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this, man. When does it come out? August?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's very soon, yeah. August 15th? August 18th. Right there.
Where does it say?
Right here in the description.
Oh, I don't know how to read. That's the thing.
Yeah, it'll be here soon.
I'm excited, man.
About a month away. It's July 16th today, so we will get there. We will get there.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
All right, now let's dive into the next trailer that we're going to watch. Some Wonka. So if you guys want to click on the Wonka trailer yourselves, we're doing that right now so you can watch along with us. Perfecting my craft. Chocolate maker.
Scratch that. Reverse it.
Whoa. Nutty?
Mm-hmm.
Don't put no nut in my chocolate.
The chocolate cartel.
I've never watched Paddington.
Huh? Me neither. Yeah.
Heard it's good though.
Definitely seen Harry Potter. Weird.
Is that...
The fucking theme song in the back. All epic, of course.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's fucking Hugh Grant, too.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, Keegan-Michael
Key. Yeah. He's playing the inspector guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That shit looks sick, man.
Yeah, I'm mostly down. I have a couple of concerns, I would say.
But yeah, what did you think about the Wonka trailer?
Okay, so I am very excited for the world building aspect of it. I think that the world that they've put in place looks cool with a single caveat, which is there's a lot of CGI, which I don't expect them not to use. It's just very difficult to touch this movie that was done so fucking magically well with practical effects back in like what, the 70s, whenever it came out. They fucking actually built all of his candies, you know, like any effects that they had off of them were done like practically, you know, with effects that people put together and stuff like that.
71.
Yeah, see, so that's an old movie. That movie still holds up as far as I'm concerned.
1000%.
So that's the one thing I'm slightly concerned about, especially upon watching it again, is it's like, ooh, okay, there's a lot of CGI happening, which is fine. But again, in something like Star Wars, more CGI doesn't bother me too much because it looks better.
Yeah.
Anything that I've seen here does not look anywhere near as close to touching the magic of walking into that first scene, you know? Walking into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah.
So I am concerned about that, but I am cautiously excited because I do like the world that they're building. It feels like everything in this world that he lives in, which seems vastly, vastly different from like the quote unquote outside world that we saw in the original movie, is magic, right? Yeah. Like everything is magic. Everybody knows about magical stuff and people floating and stuff like that. The inspector literally says like, nothing to see here, folks, just some people defying the laws of gravity. So like, you know, I like those kind of jokes, those kind of setups. I think that stuff is good. The charm seems to be there in terms of the writing. I don't know how I feel about Timothée Chalamet though. That's my main gripe, is that I feel like this is again a case of let's go with the best big name actor that we can find to play this role rather than the best actor that we can find to play this role. So I am concerned about that. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about him doing the Gene Wilder thing. It's not really hitting for me yet, but it's a trailer, so I will reserve judgment on his full performance until the movie releases. But for now, overall, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic.
I like that
about the movie.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the trailer a lot. Yeah. I loved Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I was a big Charlie and the Chocolate Factory guy too with Johnny Depp. Yeah. Like, I really liked that movie a lot. So this is definitely a world that holds a lot of nostalgia for me. So once the trailer came out, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see this shit. Yeah. Granted, when, like, I forget when this was, like, first announced, like, oh, we're getting a Willy Wonka, like, origin story. Yeah. I was like,
why?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to know too much. Like, I feel like the allure of Willy Wonka comes from, like, the stories that he tells you within
some
the
of it's
movie.
The mystery of his character. Yeah,
exactly. Definitely. So, I don't know. But, I mean, obviously from the producers of Harry Potter, it feels very Harry Potter. So I'm always down for shit like that. I think it looks really cool. Yep. I'm not too, like, I don't feel as strongly as you do about the special effects. I think everything looks fine. The Oompa Loompa look. That was the one thing I was scared about.
It looks weird.
You think you like it? I like it. I think it looks.
Once again,
I think it's supposed to look kind of weird. You know?
Yeah, I get it. I think the thing that's so hard for me is it's like, again, there was no, if I'm remembering correctly, there's no point in the movie, the original 1971 Willy Wonka, where I think to myself, oh, that's a special effect. Like, when I watch that movie, every single thing that you see, the Oompa Loompas, people turning giant and blue, of fucking plants that you can eat and shit like that, all of it feels real to me. Special effects, I took a really long pause there, sorry. Special effects.
The listeners were on the edge of their seats.
At some point, I know we'll probably get to the point of just straight up replicating what real life looks like. As good as shit looks now, it is not there. So to actually have a comparison of what it looks like really when you just build it with real stuff compared to Hugh Grant's shrunken down little face on a tiny little Oompa Loompa model, it just doesn't look as good to me as like actual little people on screen.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
get the little people on the screen.
Well, honestly, if they were really going to do this undertaking, as crazy as it would have sounded and as expensive as it probably would have been, I would prefer more practical effects, because that's the thing, is it looks like there's zero in this movie. I would even like a blend more. We've only seen what, like 2 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But if this is showcasing what the rest of the movie is going to be like, I see practically little to none in terms of like practical effects, aside from maybe sets. But
yeah, true.
But yeah, so I don't know. That worries me. Like I said, that worries me a little bit.
No, yeah,
It feels like it already feels to me like a CGI replication of a world that was real to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm like, ugh, I don't know. It gives me the ick.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I think I wasn't too. Yeah, I just didn't feel as strongly as you did about it. Like, but there are other moments, like with other movies, right? Like, there's a lot of times with superhero movies where I'm like, fuck, dude, that CGI.
Yeah.
Didn't fuck with that. But at least when I was watching this, I didn't have any of those moments where I was like, that looks like sketchy CGI. That looks like sketchy CGI. But, you know, I for sure understand that.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch the 1971 and all those practical effects, like, it's fucking great.
It's a hard comparison.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard comparison. Yeah. But that's what this episode's gonna be called.
Yeah.
The world feels awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see it on the big screen. I think I'm on the same boat as you, where I'm just not the biggest Timothy Chalamet guy.
I like him as an actor, is the thing, and this only happened to me very recently, like in the last 2 years, where I've come around to him. I think he is a really, really good actor. I will not deny that. I've enjoyed a lot of his performances over the last couple of years. I just don't know. I don't think he's right for this role.
It does feel like he's trying to do like a play off of like Gene Wilder and stuff like that, and it just doesn't like. It just wasn't working for me.
No, like I don't know how you felt about it, but like the main thing that I always latch on to in terms of like, okay, if you are going to cast a younger actor to play an iconic role, my threshold now is Alden Ehrenreich playing Han Solo in the Solo movie, because that shit is fucking phenomenal. That dude is great. He's a perfect little Han Solo.
Yep.
That's my bar now for entry because of how good that shit was. I'm like, okay, casting directors in Hollywood know how to find the right person to embody the mannerisms and it feel authentic still. I think he is embodying the mannerisms. He has the goofy lines and the whimsical attitude and the I don't give a shit nature.
It doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't also feel like specific to him. Like when you watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you're like, okay, this is Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. When you watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you're like, okay, this is Johnny Depp's take on, and they feel very different.
Yeah.
Like with this, it feels like he's trying to recapture that. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I
Instead
agree.
of just like, here, let me put my
spin on
this
character. You know? Yeah, because I think from what I've heard, either the writers or directors or producers or somebody, I saw a headline that said that this movie is meant to fit not necessarily straight within, but alongside the original book of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie. Okay. So I think they were going for that. I agree with you. I don't think that was the right choice, though. I would have I don't know what we're doing here in terms of like an origin story, because typically an origin story goes back to before the character was that character. He's he's already Willy Wonka. Like what kind of character development is going to happen in this movie? Probably fucking none. Yeah. And so like, I don't know. I would have maybe preferred that if they really were going to do an origin, is it's like, let's see him before he, like, how iconic would it be to see him step into that suit and hat at the end of a movie?
Be fucking awesome,
and really become Willy Wonka, you know? But it's like, no, he just walks on screen like that, and he already is. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could be a magical thing. He's like this almost force of nature that has always been this whimsical, magical, like a being, maybe. Which could be cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something that's not quite clicking for me yet.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, again, just cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to go watch it.
Oh, 100%.
I said I'm a big Willy Wonka guy.
Yeah.
But there we go again.
Man. It's
dude.
a but
It's a but man.
It's a but
But yes.
We can have that's our new rating system. Very simple.
But
a but yes,
or
a but or a but no.
A but no.
It's either really good, whatever, or really bad.
Yeah, Timothy, just to go back to Timothy Chalamet, not like he is a really good actor. Like I can't out act Timothy Chalamet.
Sure.
For sure. But there is like this I was talking to Evelyn about this the other day. Like,
Mhm.
there sometimes it feels like his characters are just a dude. Like, it feels like he's just a dude playing.
Yeah.
Like, again, they're all just dudes, right? But
Yeah.
some like I don't feel like a big difference in like what he's trying to do with like Willy Wonka or like his character like in Dune. Like, they are vastly different characters, but it almost feels like in Dune he's just like, okay, let me just be sad and just kind of talk like this. And then Willy Wonka, he's just like, all right, now I'm just gonna kind of like, I don't know. It just feels.
Yeah. I mean,
There's no like curtain between like
one character and
one
another.
character and like and another. Like, it. Like, I always feel like Timothée Chalamet is playing a character, and I don't feel like I'm watching Willy Wonka on the screen.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just watching Timothée Chalamet do an impression of like Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from. Like I said, this is a recent development for me where I've been able, because I would say that is not necessarily like his fault as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the fault of the relationship between celebrities and us as consumers.
Okay.
Because I had to actively put the curtain up between his roles because it is so easy to just see him as Timothée Chalamet. Because he's a celebrity and he's a very well known, like, he was one of the like, you know, Tom Holland's, where they're like new young actors fucking smashing box offices and putting up some of the best performances we've seen in the last 5 years, blah blah blah, or whatever. So there's like a lot of clout around him that is hard to separate from the roles. But like I said, it was like an active thing. I had to do it and be like, okay, I'm ready to just watch you act. And once I did that, I've been really, really enjoying what he does.
Yeah, I liked him in what was that? The Don't Look Up movie, like when he played. Yeah, I really liked him in that because that really felt like a character that he was just giving himself over to.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, this is just. I forget what his name was in the movie, but
too,
I didn't feel like, oh, here's Timothée Chalamet. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, here is this character that we were meeting, you know. Whereas like watching Dune, I'm like, oh, here's just Timothée Chalamet playing Paul Atreides, you know.
Well, I feel like it also maybe has to do with like again, like his leading man persona.
Yeah.
Right? Like you think back to like Spy Kids 3D, he's the guy. You know? Like that's just the roles that he gets, whether he's Willy Wonka, who's the guy in the thing, or in Dune he's Paul Atreides, he's the guy. But in Don't Look Up, he gets a chance to play like a side character.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's easier to surrender to like, oh, okay, they didn't make him the lead this time. Like, I don't have to like put that pressure on him or whatever. Because I agree, I think that's one of the ones where he takes more of a chance and like kind of tries something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I feel like this is a role that would be like, hey, let's take a chance on doing something. Like, not that he's not, right? But it just doesn't feel. I don't feel Willy Wonka, you know.
No. He's not the right guy. I again, sorry, I don't want to say that right away with 100% certainty. Because like I said, there have been a few times really, where like I've expected something going off of a trailer from a performance in particular, and then really enjoyed it a lot more once the full movie was given to me. So I'm going to wait. But as of right now, yeah, there's like a little bit of a ick. There's a little bit of something that's not quite clicking with Timothée Chalamet's Willy Wonka.
It's like,
Yeah. It's a bottom.
It's a bottom.
It's a bottom.
It's a bottom. Not too sure about it yet.
Yeah.
Not a but yes, not a but no. It's just a bottom.
Nah.
Just a bottom. Let's move on to a but yes.
A big time but yes.
Sure. A big but yes.
Big but yes, man. Yeah.
Ahsoka. We got a new Ahsoka trailer.
The official trailer.
We're watching it now. Sick. Awesome. Rest in peace. Fucking such
Cool
sick
ass
music, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I've listened to it with headphones on.
The little boopy doopy 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 doopy.
What I don't know what that is. Chopper. The homie. Sabinsters.
Sabine Wren. Ho ho.
Antilles.
Master. What?
The violins. In the
Back to the old school hairstyle.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that one's good. Space whales. Oh,
fuck yeah, dude.
Shit.
Looks sick. Don't talk about my master like that.
I know.
Why did you say that name? Say.
Boom. August 23rd. And it's a 2-episode premiere. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Ahsoka, guys. Jiminy Crickets. This is one that kind of dropped out of nowhere that I didn't expect to drop.
Same.
And I was on my break and I watched this and I was like, holy
what the
fuck.
Yeah.
This shit's sick.
Yeah.
The second trailer that we've gotten from Ahsoka, by golly,
I was darn good.
I was extremely excited for Ahsoka before this.
Oh, yeah.
And this just made me a million times more
100%.
fucking excited.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, all the lightsaber fights, like, or at least them, like, swinging the lightsaber feels, like, really authentic, and it feels just sick.
Yep.
I love freaking seeing, obviously, the live-action versions of these characters. Mm-hmm. The scale of this feels very big, like for a show.
Yeah,
like I really enjoy that. Mm-hmm. Everything that we've seen in the trailers, I think looks flawless in terms of like effects and stuff like that, like practical effects and like the way the different characters look, like Hera, Chopper, Ahsoka, Sabine. They all look awesome. We finally got to hear live action Ezra talk, which was pretty fucking sick.
Trippy.
That shit gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
it was
pretty wild.
sick. And yeah, man, just saw a bunch of cool shit in this trailer that, fuck, dude, I'm so excited. This can't come any faster.
No, I'm pretty hyped too. I cannot wait. I'm pretty sure I told you and Diggs this the other night when we saw Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Impossible. I feel like this is probably gonna maybe at the very least match up with, if not straight up dethrone Mando as like the best Star Wars show.
I believe it.
That they've put up. I mean, I don't know how it'll compare for you towards Andor. I still personally like Mando more than I like Andor. So that's what this one has to beat for me. But I can't wait, man. I think there's a lot of name dropping Anakin, which I'm excited about.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Big time fucking Dark Knight vibes. I want to know, like, how much of a role that is going to play. I am feeling like, I don't know, so about it.
A little indifferent.
Yeah, just because, like, I want to hear him. I don't want them to ignore, or not hear his voice, but I want to hear about Anakin. I don't want them to completely ignore the fact that that was Ahsoka's master. I do not necessarily want it to be, like, a heavy plot point, though, because I want to move forward with Ahsoka and her character and everything like that, you know? Like, except the past of it. Like, if that seems like a very big fight scene to me. And so if the end of, like, this thing is like, don't you talk bad about my master, I'm going to be like, ooh, okay, whatever. I still show me a cool lightsaber battle, but
yeah,
I Rebels did such a good job of pulling away from the core Star Wars stuff that you know, and introducing the birth of the rebellion and everything like that, and establishing a whole new iconic cast of characters. I just want them to rely on that. So that's like a weird wiggle point for me. Basically everything else in the trailer, though, I'm like, everything else that they've shown so far, I'm super hyped about.
It was so funny because at the movie theaters, I was like, "Hey, bro, did you watch the Ahsoka trailer?" And you're like,
"Oh yeah, I can't fucking wait." Yeah, I'm super duper hyped. I watched it again the other day with my grandpa and my dad on the trailer, and I was like screaming, like yeah. Oh yeah, so that was the thing I was gonna tell you. I was thinking about it this time, and like I don't know. Because really, most of the time, this can go one of two ways. Because that is for sure 1000% trailer music. It's perfectly timed and tuned to all the action that happens in the trailer. So it was very specifically written for this trailer. sometimes that can be reflective of what the music in the show will be. Sometimes it also will not, though. And so that's one thing that I'm like slightly worried about too. Is it's like, fuck, that shit's real fucking good. Give me like
banger,
that
man.
for the entire fucking show. Yeah. And then
With
I
the
think
violins in the
I
back.
told you in the movie theaters, like it feels like the Star Wars and Stranger Things score. We're just like, what's up, bro? You want to do a project together?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Cool. Like, that's very much what it feels like to me.
Yeah,
for
very
sure.
like very synthy.
Yeah.
I like that because like normally Star Wars is very like orchestral and
classic,
like classic live instruments, whereas I like them mixing the violins, and you have like this arpeggiator almost just like in the back. That music gave me fucking goosebumps when I fucking watched it because it felt fresh, like it felt so fresh. Like Star Wars has a classic sound, and I think that's very present in all of its properties. And not that it's a bad thing, right? But I like that we're getting something that feels very fresh.
Yeah.
Like the Mando stuff felt very fresh. I still think Boba Fett has the sickest one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wasted that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we might get a season 2. We probably won't. But
I don't want it.
I think that the Star Wars shows, for the most part, I think I would even include Andor in this as well, have done a good job of like retaining the Star Wars identity, but catering to the genre of what the show is.
Yep.
Because Mando's very Western.
Yep.
Boba Fett is very tribal. Andor is very like thriller, kind of like very classical, like
spy espionage.
Yeah. And then this feels very sci-fi, which I think it is gonna go like pretty sci-fi-ish,
Fuck yeah, dude. We saw Sabine with the freaking lightsaber.
Yeah,
in this
she's got
shit.
Ezra's, I assume, because it's a green one.
Does she have full blown like force powers? Are we gonna see shit like that?
I don't know. That's not mentioned at the end of Rebels, but there's I think almost probably like 10 years. I'm sorry, no, like 20 years since we've last seen any of these characters, because Rebels ends basically pretty much where New Hope starts. The timeline between New Hope and Return of the Jedi, it's like, I think like 7 years or something like that. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And then the jump from Jedi to Mando is like 12 years. So it's been like a cool 20 years. They were all teenagers back then who were now, full on adults. So I don't know. Ahsoka may have been training Sabine as a Jedi, and then obviously from what we've heard in the trailer walked out. But she's never displayed any force powers before, as far as I can tell. She's good with the blade. She used the Darksaber in Rebels. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We got to see our first live action Thrawn, full on screen.
It looks really good.
It looks really,
fantastic.
Really
looks super scary, super imposing.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it's gonna start, where they're gonna find Thrawn, like where Thrawn's gonna be, and all this shit. Because he at the end of Rebels he blasts off with Ezra with the freaking what are they, the Purgles or something like that?
Yeah, the space whales.
The big space whales, the space octopus whales.
I know they have a name, but they're just space whales.
I think they're Purgles.
Yeah, Purgles. They're just space whales. They look like fucking space whales.
They do. Yeah. They do.
They were actually in something else. Oh no! It's just the first Ahsoka trailer. Never mind.
I think they also showed him in a Mando episode. Like,
oh yeah, you're
Grogu
right.
looks out
one.
Grogu looks out the window and they're in hyperspace and he sees one.
Yeah.
He's like space, and then they just never do anything with that ever.
No, it's just world building.
Yeah,
they're basically just saying like, "Hey, Ahsoka's coming."
They're like, "Hey, there's a space whale."
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Great.
I'm wondering how much. I think like I was talking about this like a while ago before we even started to get trailers, which is like Ahsoka is, I think, an important part of the Rebels show because she starts as like the mystery character Fulcrum, who's been like backing the rebellion in secret, and then she eventually becomes, or steps out of the shadows as Ahsoka, starts to not only help Ezra with his training, but also Kanan as well, and then makes some cool, like, badass appearances here and there. Gets saved by fucking time travel shenanigans at the end of the series.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, as much as she's baked into the Rebels show, I could be just forgetting, but I've never personally felt her, like, as a part of the Rebels, like, family, because the Ghost crew is for sure, like, a family unit. So I want to see how they're going to balance that and probably retcon some shit again in the last 20 years of like they had a bunch of adventures that you just never saw, you know, over like the course of the original 3 movies. Um, but I want to see how they balance, like, okay, is this an Ahsoka show or is this a Rebels like spiritual sequel, or is it both of them, or what is it? I'm intrigued and curious.
Probably a little bit. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like the main thing is going to be Ahsoka, but I think they are going to make it almost like this Rebel sequel-esque type thing, you know?
It seems to be, like, because there's a lot of Ezra mystery here. There's a lot of Thrawn mystery here. You obviously have the majority of the cast is made up of the old school Ghost crew, right? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they take it. Rosario Dawson's very good. I still got to shout out my girl fucking Ashley Eckstein though. That's the girl who originally voice acts Ahsoka. There's a fucking Disney Plus special. I have to complain about this really quick. There's a Disney Plus special coming out that's like the making of Ahsoka, and it's all based around Rosario Dawson. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, like if there's not the first fucking 30 minutes of that thing dedicated to the original Ahsoka, the animation with the voice actor who played her, I'm gonna be a little bit annoyed because it's like, no, this is Ahsoka as of 2 years ago. Like,
yeah,
get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah,
Ahsoka's been around since 2007 or something like that. Like, she's like more than a 10-year-old character. So, fucking give credit where credit's due. I want to see a cameo from her, like they did with Last of Us. You know, I think that'd be cool.
I think they could do that because I think I've seen online, especially like Rosario Dawson being very vocal and appreciative of
Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah, of Ashley Eckstein. So I can see, especially because Dave Filoni, you know, created that fucking character, you know. So I can see him
He's in charge of everything too. Right?
Yeah, I can see him throwing her in there for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, fuck, he puts himself in everything. So
yeah, he does. He was in Mando, right?
Yeah, he's just always sitting there.
around just at a bar, and he's still wearing his fucking cowboy hat too. Yeah,
fucking guy. But yeah, guys, go watch the Ahsoka trailer. I think it's a 2-episode premiere coming August 23rd. So
very exciting stuff.
I love that shit. I love when fucking Disney does that shit.
I always feel like so excited, and then I start to think about it. I'm like, fuck, that means I just get Ahsoka for 1 week less though. Like, I know I get the content faster, but it's gonna be over sooner. I love like a 2-episode premiere because especially something like this, like when you just watch 1 episode, you're like, fuck, I want to see what happens next. And I like that they're just giving us that, like, here. And maybe, like, it's going to work as, like, these 2 first episodes has, like, a continuous story going through the 2 that, like, some part of it resolves within those 2 episodes. That's what I was about to bring up because, like, I feel like some shows just very strategically write it that way on purpose. I don't think they, like, wrote it and then were like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did a 2-episode, like Obi-Wan felt very much that way to me. I think that the first episode on its own would be like way too much of a cliffhanger and like only halfway starts the series. The end of the second episode, once he figures out that Anakin's still alive and is Darth Vader, then it's like, oh fuck, okay, this is what Obi-Wan's about.
Yeah,
I feel like they write him that way on purpose.
Yeah,
like to be an hour long, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, depending on the episode length, like intro to the series.
Yeah, I'm curious on the episode lengths for these.
I would say anywhere from 40 to an hour. I don't think anything in Obi-Wan was that short or shorter than that. And I'm pretty sure this is going to get the same episode length as that. I don't think it'll be as long as Mando because I like in terms of episode, like season length.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be more mini-series, like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Real quickly, an hour each.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be that long is the thing. Like if it's any longer than that and they're an hour long, I feel like that's just kind of padding for time.
I feel that.
You know? Yeah, I think you could do an Ahsoka movie and you'd be fine. So the fact that it's a series is going to be long. You got to make sure it fits right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. I have full belief in Dave Filoni.
Mr. Filoni, Mr. Baloney.
Filoni.
You're a good guy, man. You seem to know your Star Wars. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited.
He is the Star Wars guy. So
have you ever heard the story of how Sam Witwer got the job as Darth Maul? It's pretty good. There's this bit where he got hired and brought in, and Dave Filoni has this, like, as Sam Witwer describes it, like, he's a voice actor for Darth Maul. He also played Galen Merrick, the guy from Force Unleashed. So he has, like, a long history with Star Wars. And Dave Filoni apparently wrote this, like, heartwarming scene where I think he's talking with Padme, and he's like, I would have liked you to like have met my mother or something like that. Like super heart-wrenching, like heartbreaking fucking moment where Anakin just like spills. And they're like recording it, and apparently like Matt Lanter, the guy who plays Anakin in the Clone Wars series, gives like a great fucking performance. And Sam Witwer's like, that was really good. But Padme already met Shmi in episode 2, Attack the Clones, so it doesn't really work.
Or episode 1, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, back in the beginning, yeah. And Dave Filoni's like, you son of a bitch, you're hired. Like,
you're right.
Yeah, if somebody can out-knowledge Dave Filoni, then like he's got to, give the respect. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
funny.
I
love
thought
that.
it was a cool one. I like that story.
Love it.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on to the man of the hour himself. Tomas. I was gonna type in Tom Cruise in there instead of Mission
It probably
Impossible.
would have come up right away anyway. Fucking banger ass theme song.
Mission
man.
Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Crazy.
The 7th movie in the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah, I was mistaken. I kept telling Diggs the other night that I thought it was 6, but I completely forgot about Fallout. I've missed 2 Mission Impossible movies, so I thought I had only not seen 1, but I have not seen 2 of them.
I think I've missed a good. I for sure have watched like the first 2. I watched the one with Henry Cavill when he does his fucking
That was Fallout. I
His
haven't seen that one.
arm. That
Arm reloading.
I liked that shit
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
fucking movie. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty like intense in that part.
Yeah.
Like they're just fighting in the bathroom. He's just like, and apparently
Let's
he
go.
just like did that.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, that was so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you do that again? He's
Yeah,
like,
they made him do it for like every take afterwards. Yeah.
I like that shit's so sick. But it's also funny because like I think when you watch that, he like magically grows a beard too.
Yeah, because there was reshoots when they came back to finish
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah.
Ethan Hunt is back, and you guessed it, the world
Is at stake
is
again.
at stake.
As usual, it's another Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and should he choose to accept, he is going to hunt down this this AI. We have an AI villain
Yep.
in this.
The villain is quite literally just AI gone awry.
Yeah, which I kind of liked it because, I think that's where we are as as a fucking society.
Most definitely.
AI is becoming very popular,
Mhm.
and it could go bad, it could not go bad. So I thought it was cool. Wasn't I wasn't mad. I was not mad at just
No.
the AI being the fucking villain because I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty fucking dope. It poses different challenges for like the team.
Yeah.
They can't use their comms. They got to do more like analog stuff
Yep.
and shit like that. So
Yep.
I thought it was nice. I had a really fun time watching this movie. I
Yeah.
will say that. Like,
Yeah, it's a super fun time.
it did not feel like 2 hours and 43 minutes.
No.
Honestly, like
No.
just because a lot of it is just like action, action,
Yep.
action, action.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise running, action,
Yeah.
action, action.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise jumping off something, action. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise running, action,
Yeah.
action. So it's cool. I really liked it. Obviously Tom Cruise does a great job. Haley Atwell as Grace does a great job.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson was awesome. You have fucking Isai Morales
Fuck
playing
yeah, bro.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
and he did sick, bro.
Yeah, he's a good bad guy.
Palm. Fuck, how do you
Palm
say her?
Clementif? Or
Yeah,
Clementine?
Palm Clementif.
However, I'm sorry.
She was fan-fucking-tastic, bro.
Yeah.
I loved her character.
I thought she was wasted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I thought she was boring, unfortunately.
You thought she was boring?
She's cool at fighting,
Mm-hmm.
but she has zero personality. She's just screaming bad guy who happens to be Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked it, dude.
It's fine. If you're gonna, it's just one of those things where it's like if you're gonna bring a big name actor in like that who
Mhm.
is as much of a star as they are, especially in the last few years, I just want a little more.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just want a little more. That's
She
all.
kind of was just like there.
She's just there. She's literally just goon number one, left hand goon of
Mhm.
Gabriel the entire time,
Exactly.
which is fine. You're right. It is. I just wanted more. That's all.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I feel you. But I really liked her fighting scenes. I like when she's like driving in the car and she like just looks crazy.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I really liked that. Like
looks
when you can
psycho.
just look crazy. I was like,
Mhm.
oh fuck. Like
Yeah, she looks scary.
yeah,
Yeah.
going from Mantis to just looking fucking
Yeah,
scary, like
yeah.
that's nuts,
Yeah.
bro. That
Yeah.
is range,
Yeah.
brother. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I'm not the biggest on like the Mission Impossible franchise. Like
Mhm.
I haven't watched every single fucking movie.
Mhm.
But man, this was fucking fun. I didn't think I was gonna have this much fun in this movie because I think with these movies can come just the cheesy baggage of like a movie where the secret agent saves the fucking world.
Yeah,
and
2000s
shit.
action movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it fucking works just because they lean into that shit. Like they're very aware of like, hey, we're just a cheesy fucking action movie.
Yeah.
But we're gonna hit you with the craziest fucking action that you fucking seen.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah,
and
for sure.
It's fucking awesome. The car chase scene was sick.
Yep.
We got to see Tom Cruise fucking jump off the fucking cliff on a motorcycle, which such a great fucking moment in the movie.
Super, really good.
Because he like it builds up and then he jumps off and it's just
Quietness.
and then just.
Yeah, you cut back in, you hear the wind rushing like incredibly loud. Yeah, no, it was executed really well.
Apparently, he did that shit 6 times.
That's what I heard from Diggs.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah,
What a fucking maniac,
yeah,
bro.
That's pretty crazy.
If I got that done right on the first try, I'd be like, okay, cool. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie though.
That's
why he does what he does. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
But that's just a maniac activity.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
He does it the first time, he's like, nah, that wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
I could fall better. He's like, let's do it.
No, yeah, straight up.
Let's do it again.
One more
time. Just giving everybody like 6 heart attacks that day. Like,
I honestly, I want to say that the 6 times thing might be like a convenient number to make it seem like more, because I feel I could see him jumping off the side of that mountain 6 times in order to get all the proper shots. I think they probably only were comfortable, just the studio in general, dealing with their star, only let him do the ramp jump once, because that's the most dangerous part of the stunt, I think, is the fact that he has to, because you can tell, right? He goes up, and then in every subsequent shot, the motorcycle's just gone. You don't see it blow up. True. You don't see it in the background. It's nowhere to be found. So I feel like they had him drive off the fucking edge. Well,
who's here? The family's here. But
yeah, drive off the edge, fucking do his thing or whatever, and then I feel like they went back and they filmed some stuff where it was like,
they're like, all right, guys, we got
hey, hello.
This is I mentioned it earlier in the podcast, guys. This is one of the co-hosts to Barbells and Churros.
Hey.
Check them out.
Hell yeah.
But the Butt episode.
The Butt episode, yeah.
What were we just talking about?
The bike jump.
Oh yeah, they were like, hey guys, our budget is 1 motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna jump once, and we can't buy any other motorcycles.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we can budget all the rest of the movie, but no more motorcycles.
Yeah. We can have crazy CGI action. We can have this shit blowing up. We can have them on a fucking speeding train.
Yeah.
But
just the one motorcycle.
Just one motorcycle. Yeah. That's all the studio would allow us.
Yeah.
Just one motorcycle.
Yeah, no, I like.
They're like, that's the most dangerous part is the motorcycle.
I mean, it could very well be, right? Because you think about it, if that thing's chasing after him as he's skydiving, it could very easily bonk him in the back of the head if he's not paying attention, So
true.
Anyway, probably I would say the most impressive stunt in the movie on a technical level. It was not my favorite stunt sequence or action sequence. I prefer the train at the end.
Oh yeah.
I think that's such a good. That's just some good juicy action shit, man. Like
when the train's like falling apart and shit like that.
Yeah, thrilling stuff too, because like it's just like so many different pieces at play that I think they did a good job at hinting at beforehand. You move through the like rich part of the area, right, which you can see has the bar and has all of the different seats aligned that like, oh, you could probably climb on those if it was fucking vertical or whatever. And then you move through the kitchen and you see all of like the different things in there, and then you get to the front of the engine room when like Tom Cruise is going up there to try and save Haley Atwell's character. And then everything obviously starts to fall apart, and you reverse through all those things. So they have to climb over the engine and shit like that, release the fucking front one that's falling. They have to go through the kitchen and all the grease and oil and shit spilling, so they're slipping across the floor and stuff like that.
They weren't wearing proper footwear.
For a kitchen.
Non-slip footwear.
Yeah, which is hard to believe considering they have like, super spry tech at their disposal. But, they forgot about the non-slip. They didn't think they were going to be slipping on this train. But, yeah, I thought that was really good, very creative, and then just the climbing and jumping on the seats and stuff like that, as the thing is perfectly vertical at that point. 1000% is just the intro to Uncharted 2. Like, without a doubt, that's all it is. But it's really cool to see Ethan Hunt do it in a Mission Impossible movie. It's that good of an action sequence that I don't even care if they ripped it off.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was sick, bro. Personally, my favorite action sequence, I think, was the car scene when they drive in the little Fiat 500. crazy.
Yeah.
I loved it. Just whipping around in that little fucking car, going through like the little like alleyways and shit like that, and then also like the creativity of them having to drive while like handcuffed. I thought was pretty fucking sick.
Also a practical stunt too. They actually fucking handcuffed to each other.
That's crazy.
And Tom Cruise drove that car around Italy or Paris or wherever they were with one fucking hand.
I would be scared to get cast in a Mission Impossible movie because I'd be like, what is this crazy fucker gonna make me do? You know?
Yeah.
Because like Haley Atwell's probably like, okay, so we're just gonna be handcuffed and we're trying to drive this car, and she's like, yeah, it's cool.
Most
you know?
definitely. Yeah.
I do this shit on
all the time.
Yeah, it's just normal Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know?
I did this yesterday.
I did it by myself.
Yeah.
I handcuffed myself.
Yeah.
And I just drove the car.
Yeah,
in
it was fine.
handcuffs.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, but I really liked that just because the way they like whip around in that car is fucking.
Good.
It's fun. Like you feel it like when you're watching. You're like, oh shit, oh my god.
It also has like a very a David and Goliath-esque feel because they're in the tiny little Fiat, and then Palm Clemente I'm sorry, however you say
Paris.
Yeah, are in the big giant like
Hummer shit.
Yeah, type thing. So it's like it feels very like little guy versus big guy vibes too. It's very good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and I liked the part where they like flip over.
Yeah.
And then they like
then
are
switching
back,
seats.
and they're like, what?
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, this had like all like the great like just cheesy lines, you know. Like there was a part like I think when he's just like thinking about all his like past fucking like before the motorcycle, and he thinks about all the past women.
It's so funny.
And
That's
he's
like my favorite.
Let's do this
yeah,
shit.
It literally goes back through all of the women that have died, like because he's who he is.
But there was also like this one part where he's talking to Haley Atwell's character, like Grace, and talk about how much like I think he like cares about her or whatever. And I was like, and you just met her, and she like goes like, and we just met.
Yeah. They know. They're aware. They're very, very aware.
Like a funny dude.
No, it's good. I like it. Yeah. Now, I give the movie a lot of props because not only is the action top tier, but I think there is a great deal of variety of it on display here.
Mm-hmm.
You get, I never thought a submarine sequence could be as intense as the one in the beginning of the movie is. Super good. That's
very creative, too.
That's a very good, like you said, creative, like thrilling action sequence. You get the traditional like shootout scene in the desert right in the beginning, which is good. I felt like it was a little bit of recycled content because like the sandstorm is really, really good in Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. Not like this one doesn't even touch how cool the sandstorm is in that one, but they weren't really going for that. Again, still creative shootout, right?
I couldn't help but in that scene, I couldn't help but feel like Tom Cruise was just like reenacting, like just doing a live version of just like Call of Duty Team Deathmatch.
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
what I fucking
for sure. It
felt
really
like.
did. It
He's
feels like
oh, let me run here. Reload.
It feels like the moment where you just snap into the zone and you just go on like a crazy kill streak and kill the entire team like 4 times over. He's just like reload. Fuck this gun. I have another one. Yeah,
I was just watching. I was like, damn, this is just Call of Duty.
He's on like a 10 kill streak, bro. Like call in the chopper. Yeah, but yeah, that one was fine, but it was still cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Again, I typically I think tailing sequences can be kind of boring, but they did it really well. Again, in the airport sequence, right? Like having to like find the key and everything like that. Blah blah blah. Super good. The car driving sequence, as we mentioned, is really really good. There's a lot of good foot chase stuff here and there. You get to see Tom Cruise's iconic run, like for a lot of the movie.
I felt bad because there were so many parts in that movie where I was just like, I can help but just be like just start laughing, and it's not meant to be funny, but just the cheese of it and them leading into it. I was just like when he's running and there's just shots of him just like running down the hall. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what the track record is like over the last 2 movies, but I am fairly certain that I can say in the first 4, I've never seen a single shot of Tom Cruise running as long as this one is. It feels like a fucking minute long of him just like charging down a hall, like pillars passing him and stuff like that. And it is fucking long, man. Holy shit.
And even have the one when he's like on top of the airport and he's just like running.
Passing by or whatever. Yeah. No, he's got a great run, man. I mean, I don't know what to say.
He's got a great form.
Yeah, he really
does. It's top tier form.
It speaks to, I think, how good of an action star he is, because something as mundane as his run is iconic.
Yeah.
Like And not even the thing that I love about it too is it's not like a random thing like, oh, Tom Cruise just kind of rums funny. Like you go back over the years and like there's stories about him literally realizing like, oh shit, people like the way I run. Let me improve this form to like the best possible like form that it can be. To like I think I was telling you guys like at this point like professional runners have been like, yeah, Tom Cruise has like pitch perfect fucking running form. Like he figured it out. So it's just like that's just the craft of it, you know, of like how much work he puts into making the action feel like authentic and intense and thrilling and emotional at times too, I think. But yeah, again, like just kudos for like a lot of creatively different action scenes. I think that like something that I think I complained about in John Wick 4 was that like yes, there were a spot few unique things here and there, but they were all just like fight scenes. They were all like gun shootouts, just like cool ways to do gun shootouts. This is like different things. There's a runaway train. There's the base diving thing. There's the submarine. There's the close quarters, super tight alleyway fight that was
liked that.
Super tense, man. Like I never thought I needed to see a fight in an alleyway where you can't even move or anything, but like yeah, kudos to the stunt team and like whoever wrote all the action sequences. They did a really, really good job. I was really, really pulled in and super on the edge of my seat for like basically like 100% of the action sequences. I don't think there's any one that doesn't really hit. Now everything in between though, yeah, like I do also like the cheesy stuff in it as well. That's passable. That's fine for me. There's so much so many times where they just stand around and tell you the exposition though.
Yeah.
And that for sure got me. The beginning of the movie after the submarine sequence, I think it's like way too fucking long where they're just sitting around in a room like kind of finishing each other's sentences like, so if the AI does this, then what? It's like a fucking minute and a half long dialogue sequence only for this shitty little president of like special forces to go, so you're telling me the damn AI has a mind of its own. I'm like, why don't you just fucking start with that, man? Like, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of moments where I was like, okay, let's cut down on the dialogue a little bit, like, and let's get back to some of the more like cool, like, you know, fun action stuff or whatever.
Yeah, and then there's the part like when they're like in the club and they're sitting down and they're like explaining all that.
Yeah, it's long. It's just like it's not bad. Like the acting on screen is fine. Like I don't think it's necessarily phenomenal. I don't think it's terrible. It's serviceable. It's just such a hard like 180 turn compared to some of the action sequences that you get to see. But that scene, I will say, had like a really cool twist. You walk in and there's like all these strobing screens in the background. Yeah, and it's a club and stuff. And then, you know, everything starts to get revealed. They spend 5 minutes talking about the AI again and shit like that. But then it's good because then at the end, he's like, I'll find the AI or whatever the fuck he says. And he's like, oh, but it's already found you. Have you not looked around? And then it's like this freaky fucking like I got icked out, bro. Like I was like, ooh, fuck.
Yeah, they did a really good job at making the AI feel creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when they show just like the AI like on screen, it felt like super creepy because it's just like these lights and then there's just like a black hole in the middle, and you're like, oh, this is fucking gross.
No, yeah, it's very off-putting for sure, and it also just constantly feels like it is everywhere because of how like technology based the IMF has become, the impossible mission force. Yeah, because of how like technology based they've become, there's nowhere that the AI can't be.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like you said, it's cool to see them go back to analog. You know what I would love is like in the next movie, now that they know they can't use any advanced technology, give me like old school Bond IMF shit. Like let them find like an old warehouse from the 70s that's filled with like rocket launcher cars and like, you know, like that kind of bullshit, you know, like, or machine gun headlights and stuff that come up and yeah. Like I think that would be really cool. Like a little send off or whatever.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah. But it was really fun. I had a really good time. I do think that the movie's a little too long. I agree that like for the most part it breezes by when you're in the action parts, but when it slows down, it really slows down. I don't think this movie needs to be longer than like 2 hours and 20 minutes, honestly.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's no need for it to be 2:43.
Nah, it's just a bit too long. Pushing 3 hours for this, I think, is too much. But
yeah, that is the one thing. Like before we watched it, I didn't know how long it was going to be, and then I looked and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it's definitely chunky, and I think it mostly has to do with those exposition dumps for sure. So that's the only strike I would, you know, like level against it. Otherwise, I think I think it's really good. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, this is. I mean, just to goes to show why Tom Cruise is the best at what he does.
Yeah.
You know, I know I've said it before on this podcast where
Yeah.
I was like Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise. This solidified Tom Cruise is.
He's the best.
The guy.
Man.
He's the guy. You know,
because
there's
action.
There's no one else that's gonna do that shit. There's no one else that's
No.
gonna fucking jump off of a mountain 6 fucking times.
No.
There's no one that's gonna fucking ride a motorcycle out off the fucking side of a fucking mountain and shit
Drive
like
a
that.
car one-handed while handcuffed to your passenger.
Like, no one's gonna fucking
No.
do that. But Tom Cruise is like, sign me up, man. Scientology, they got my back.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much immortal.
He's like, I'm gonna be reincarnated anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it goes to like show how important it can be from time to time to really just do the thing that you're trying to film, as opposed to like just trying to recreate it in a computer. It adds like a level of like authenticity and like intensity and like real danger. You feel like they're really in danger because they fucking are really in danger.
Yeah.
They're actually pulling off crazy fucking shit that they could die in. And if in turn though, the reward is that it feels that much more like heart pumping, like edge of your seat, like kind of action for sure.
Yeah. Also gotta say, Isai plays such a good fucking
Yeah, he's
villain,
really
bro.
good. He does the have you ever seen La Bamba before?
No.
Okay. Isai Morales plays Richie Valens' brother Bob in that movie, and there's like a very iconic bit in that where once Bob finds out that Richie dies, he's sitting there at the end of the movie and he's like out in the middle of this field and he's like on his knees and just goes, Richie, like super intense.
Oh, and he does it.
Yeah, dude, it was so fucking funny, man. I was like, they did the thing. They did it. That's the thing.
I wonder what he thinks about it, right? Like, did they come to him and were like, hey, you know that thing you did in La Bamba? We kind of want you to do that same thing, but just say Ethan. And do you think he's just like, all right, like, I'll do it, you know?
I think I would like to think that he is one of those actors that is not so, like, I don't think he's a Harrison Ford. I don't think he gets bummed out about the things that he's like uber famous for that are like these iconic moments. I think he probably relishes the chance to be like, yeah, I'll do it again. Fuck yeah.
So is he a character in the other Mission Impossibles?
No, again, so if I haven't, that's another thing. You brought up another gripe of mine. If I'm missing some stuff from 5 and 6, I apologize. But as far as I know, Gabriel as like this fucking longtime nemesis of Ethan Hunt and him murdering his first love or whatever like that is a super fucking fat retcon.
Yeah.
Again, as far as I know, from 1 to 4, there's never been a single mention of Isai Morales as Gabriel or this random love that he fell in love with and like died. Unless, because I'm pretty sure, I'm having a hard time remembering here, but I'm pretty sure in the first 3 movies, Ethan Hunt has a wife. And at the end of the 3rd movie, they basically both come to like a mutual agreement. Or maybe he gets married in between 2 and 3. I don't know. I'm pretty sure in one of the movies he has a wife. And at the end, he ends up deciding like, I can't see you anymore for like the safety of you and me and Bobby.
I just love saving the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be noble and whatever.
I don't love you. My love is saving the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm married to the world.
Yeah, I'm married to danger. So unless it's her, I've never seen, and all of the, like, they might as well just be Bond girls. You know, all the girls that show up in each of these Mission Impossible movies.
Bond girls.
Yeah, it's never the same, like,
Bond girl
twice. Except for what's her name, who dies in this one.
Oh, yeah, freaking.
Isla?
Yeah. Isla. Or Isla, something like that.
Isla, which also I was like, okay, again, I haven't seen the last 2, so I don't know if this has developed since then, because I do remember her from a movie, which I think was 4, Ghost Protocol. I don't remember them having a romantic relationship, though. So that was another thing, too, where I was like, did this just fucking show up in the time between 6 and 7, or is this something that was actually, like, developed off screen? So, yeah, there was a couple that I was like, okay, that's a retcon. It doesn't bother me, like, that much, but I'm also like, nah, man. My favorite bad guy from Mission Impossible, I think, is still Mission Impossible 2. It's like these Irish dudes.
Fuck yeah.
Who are bad guys.
Love me a good Irish bad guy.
Mission Impossible 2 is probably still my favorite one, because that one's just fucking...
Ethan Hunt?
Except for maybe 4. 4 is really good, too. But Mission Impossible 2 is just, like, so fucking over-the-top, cheesy electric guitar shit. I think I was telling you, there's a part where, like, at the fucking last fight scene in Mission Impossible 2... is the bad dude, I can't remember his name, is like held up in like this giant compound or whatever, right? And Ethan Hunt literally fucking drives a bright ass red motorcycle with a leather jacket and shades on and just fucking demolishes everybody to an electric guitar version of the Mission Impossible theme.
God damn it. So he rolls in looking like Maverick.
Yeah. Just like it's fucking epic, bro. It's so good.
That's so good. What year did that come out?
Like definitely early 2000s, because I think the first one was like
2000. Yep, that makes so much fucking sense.
Because I think the first one was like late 90s or mid 90s or something like that. But yeah, super good. That guy, Sam Anderson, and his
Sean Ambrose.
Sorry, I can't read. And his partner Hugh Stamp. Okay. Whatever.
You went from Stamp to Sharp.
I don't know. From here, it looks fine. Okay.
I forgot to say. I also like when Ethan Hunt does like his fucking sleight of hand like magic trick with the fucking key. And he's like, it's over here. No, it's over here. Yeah. And now it's gone. Like that shit was hilarious. Yeah. Like he's like, I gotta learn magic for this. Yeah. I'm really gonna do it.
Yeah. It definitely felt like it comes and then it goes very quickly. I think it has like one little payoff later where Haley Atwell's character does the magic trick again. Mm-hmm. But it very much felt to me that like that was just like a new hobby that Tom Cruise picked up. He's like, I'm just gonna learn sleight of hand magic. Like, why not? And then he like got it down and he's like, guys, you know what I think Ethan Hunt should do in this movie? Sleight of hand magic.
Imagine Paul Rudd's in the background and he freaking does like a little card whip.
That was actually his teacher. There's like behind the scenes footage of Paul Rudd on set just like showing him how to do stuff.
Dang, what if Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible is part of the MCU, and Ethan Hunt showed Paul Rudd via Skype call or via a Zoom call while he was on house arrest, right? They both saved the world. They're both like, you know, fucking the same sort of like secret agent type. Yeah. Ethan Hunt was like, dang, I fuck with this dude. Let me, you know, let me just chop it up with them. Yeah. And then he was just like, hey, man, do you know how to do like sleight of hand? Yeah. And then he's just like, yeah, of course. Scott Lang was like, I don't, dude. Can you show me? And then he just showed him. Yeah. And then in turn, Scott showed fucking, what's homeboy's name? The freaking detective.
Who? The detective?
The one that's always trying to, like in the second Ant-Man.
Agent Wu.
Yeah.
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 So Agent Wu learned via this tree of magicians.
Yeah. Sleight of hand magic
from Ethan Hunt. Yeah.
I'm down with that. I love that idea. Bridge him over, man. Give me
just
Ethan
secretly
Hunt.
Mission Impossible's in the MCU.
Yeah, why not? I don't give a shit. There's the multiverse exists.
When the Avengers can't save the day, they call in Ethan Hunt.
Yeah. Dude, how fucking like stupid would that be? But also just like dummy hype if like the fucking the end of like the in between Avengers movies, right? Like what is Kang Dynasty first, right? And then Secret Wars. Yeah. Like Kang Dynasty ends. Kang like kick their ass or something, however they cliffhanger that shit. And they're just sitting there and it's like Nick Fury and he's like, I'm gonna have to call in the big guns. And they're like, the big guns? What is that? And then you hear da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. Start with the Avengers theme song, right? Da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. Dun 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 dun. And it just cuts off, and it's like Ethan Hunt will debut in Avengers: Secret Wars.
Should he choose to accept?
Yeah.
Nick Fury's like, God, I have to call this guy. Hopefully he accepts.
This time it's like more intense. He's like, your destiny, should you choose to accept it.
We have a secret war going on.
Yeah.
Ethan, and I need your help.
Yeah. He's like, I'm in. Dun, 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 dun.
And fucking Ethan Hunt's like, what? Cap couldn't cut it again this time?
Yeah, just like some joke. Yeah.
He's like, oh, Cap, I gotta save you again, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's like me and Cap go way back. He's just like even more.
He's like, yeah, Ethan Hunt's like, I was on the mission, the one that got him out of the ice, you know?
Yeah,
he's like, I did that.
I did that. So he's Stevie Boy still a slugger? You still got that arm? Like even like just really bad, like
and he just has like a Boston. He just has like a fucking
Ethan Hunt. It's multiverse. So Ethan Hunt in this one is like got a
New York
accent. Yeah, for sure. I'm Ethan Hunt.
What do you want from me? You know.
What do you want from me? I saved the world like 7 times.
Yeah, I'm part of the IMF. You know, the Impossible Missing Force. You know.
Yeah, that's me.
You heard of them? You heard of those alphabet boys over there?
That's me.
That's me.
How you doing?
I'm Ethan. Ethan Hunt.
I'm What? I'm Ethan Hunt. E-H.
You know how it is.
Yeah, you should really rebrand. Like, that works. It's fine.
Just
Makes you seem mediocre. Like,
It's just my thing, My first word was
Yeah. It's like I've saved the world so many times at this point. It's just kind of like,
Oh, I got to do this again? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I wonder how much in debt is the world to Ethan Hunt? Because he's saved it 7 times already.
Not at all. Because that's the thing is that, like, they're shadow agents. Nobody knows who Ethan Hunt is.
Maybe that's why the United States is in such debt, is not because our government doesn't know how to spend money properly,
but because
because secretly the world has almost ended 7 times,
and they've been funding one guy to save it.
Yeah. And it's actually been Tom Cruise.
Yeah, the whole time. That'd be great. Cool.
That'd be funny if at the end of like the Mission Impossible series, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is based on true stories, guys.
Yeah.
Like you didn't.
It's
I was actually doing this."
Yeah, it's like Mission Impossible 17. This was all a documentary.
That'd be fucking great. But yeah, guys, go watch Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yes,
because that shit's awesome, man. I mean, you can see why he loves making movies for the theaters. Because when you go and watch something like this, like it's awesome, bro.
Should for sure be experienced in the theaters.
1000%.
Unless you have like a really big screen and like a good sound system, I would say for sure watch this in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I gotta say it. It's a good one. Didn't think it was gonna be a good one, but it's a good one.
Nah, it hits, man. Yeah, it's real good. I had a great time. I think it's definitely for sure a but yeah.
It's a but yeah.
It's a but yeah
for
me.
sure.
Yeah, it's a
but
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely go watch this, guys. Definitely go watch this. But do you have anything else for the folks out there?
Not really, not this time. I still haven't finished Final Fantasy.
You gotta finish that.
Yeah, there's I don't know fucking how long the game is. I didn't get to play as much this weekend as I would have liked. I'm gonna go and play tonight for a little while before bedtime time. But yeah, I'm still not fucking done. It's a chunky ass game. It's a lot of story. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, join us next week for episode number 67, because this was episode number 66, where it's the episode we've all been waiting for, man. It's the week that has been on everyone's calendar for the past couple years now.
Oh, yeah, it'll be time, right?
It's Barbenheimer week,
Barbenheimer is coming, yeah.
By the time you hear this episode, Barbenheimer will be out.
Yeah.
So go and watch those in the theaters.
Both of them, yeah.
I can't remember the last time 2 movies like this were hyped up and were showing on the same exact day.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty wild, for sure.
Yeah, guys, go and watch them. Let us know down in the fucking YouTube comments. Are you guys, which one are you going to go watch first? Barbie, Oppenheimer, and why? Why are you going to do that? Why are you going to, why are you going to watch them in the order you want to watch them?
Yeah, are you going to go watch Barbie and then Oppenheimer, which is the wrong way? Or are you going to go watch Oppenheimer and then Barbie?
Yeah, you got to cleanse yourself of the existential looming doom and threat that is nuclear warfare.
Yeah. No, I told you this. Like, I honestly do. I want to end with that movie. I would much prefer to, like, watch Oppenheimer last. But, it's fine. It is what it is. I understand the mentality of like, okay, this is a heavy duty movie that's been reported to, fuck up your shit and change your perspective on the world that we live in and everything like that. So go watch Barbie to get rid of that icky feeling afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, guys, you know what it is. Go and follow us on Instagram, TOOHIGH4TV. That's not FOR, not FOUR, not FORE, but the actual number itself.
Cuatro. When
you write out the symbol for 4, that is what we're going for right there. And then follow us on YouTube as well. Same thing, TOOHIGH4TV. Turn on those notification bells so you get notified when these episodes drop, which is pretty much every Friday. Guys, if you haven't caught on to the schedule,
it's Friday.
These release every Friday because we want to end your guys' week on a good note. When you guys have had a long day at work, it's been a long week, you just kick back and listen to some goofballs talk about TV.
Yeah, big time.
Talking some accents every now and then,
Yeah, you gotta have some accents every once in a while.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
But follow us on all that shit. And if you don't, I'll be hella sad.
Me too. Yeah, I'll cry.
I'm crying.
If you don't follow us, if we don't have at least 10 more followers by the next time we do an episode, the whole next episode is just gonna be us crying. Yeah, 2 hours. We're gonna cry. And let me tell you, I'm an ugly crier. So me too. It's gonna be bad.
Me fucking too, man. I'm gonna fucking cry.
It's gonna be real bad.
There's gonna be boogers coming out of my fucking
100%.
nose and shit like that.
We're gonna have to like deep clean all of the equipment because of how many like mocos and tears are gonna be all
Just
over.
crusted onto the mics.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna
shit.
be bad.
Hell yeah. But yeah, guys, join us next week. This has been your host Ryan,
This has been Daniel.
and we are motherfucking out of here.